Hello, everyone. Welcome to episode 9 of Never Before Seen. My name is AmberCyprian. I will be your host tonight as we bring you yet another set of speedruns of games that have never before been seen in mainline GDQ events. And as always, if you happen to speedrun a game that has never been run in an AGDQ, SGDQ, or GDQx event, and you'd like to submit it to the show, or maybe you know someone who does run such runs, type !NBS into the chat to find the link to be able to send me your runs, and I would love to have you on board. So before we get started with the runs we have planned for tonight, we have a few announcements. First of all, if you are watching this on YouTube, hi! We're very happy you're here. We'd like you to support our live content if you want. Please consider checking us out over on our Twitch channel at twitch.tv/GDQ. And if you have an Amazon Prime account, you can subscribe to any Twitch channel of your choice every month for free. So please consider using your Prime Gaming account to subscribe to the GDQ Twitch channel. Information on all of our Hotfix shows is available at gamesdonquick.com/hotfix. From there, you can find out more information about submitting your runs to any of our weekly shows, and that includes mine, ADEF's show, who was just on Mercy Kill, which is Challenger Approaching, or even Sky's shows RNG and Mercy Kill, or any other of our other awesome shows. So tonight, we're gonna be a little on the spooky side tonight here on Never Before Seen. We have our first horror games on the show, and we're gonna be visiting the Resident Evil series with Desert Eagle 417 and Soulless Persona. And I'm really excited to have them both here with us as we kick tonight off with Resident Evil Revelations 2. So go ahead and introduce yourselves, and we can get this run started.
Hello, everyone. Thank you for having me on the show, Amber. I'm Desert Eagle 417. I often run Resident Evil games, probably my main series. I do a bunch of other stuff here and there, but this one has been my main one, and this one is my sort of current focus in RE at the moment. It's been one of my favorites since it was released, and I don't know, to me it kind of has the most spooky atmosphere of the more modern feeling games here. And I'm also very happy to have Soulless Persona here helping me with commentary on this game because, well, she knows what she's talking about.
Yeah.
I'm just going to push buttons and hope it works.
Yeah, I'm usually, especially within the Resident Evil community, I'm mostly known for running RE6. I know, sacrilege. I actually enjoyed the game, but I'm also, another game I'm also known for is Revelations 2, either raid mode or even doing some of the campaign. I ended up helping Deagle a few things, a little bit like what yesterday about some stuff on this, so that'll be fun to see. Also, Amber, I have a question. Did you plan this? Because Resident Evil's 25th anniversary was 2 days ago.
Actually, I did not. I completely forgot about the series anniversary. And also very recently we had a Resident Evil marathon, I want to say last weekend or the weekend before that with Ecdysis, who hosts Speedruns from the Crypt. He hosted the Resident Evil marathon that featured everything, like a lot of mainline Resident Evil games, but did not feature either Resident Evil 6, I believe, or Revelations 2. So I was like, please tell me you're not doing either of these games. And he was like, oh, no. He's like, I'm not. You're totally free to cover those. And I was like, awesome. So, very glad to do this.
Sorry. Resident Evil 6 and both Revelation games, which are all the ones I run, are very niche. You don't see too many runners on any of those. So whenever it comes to marathons, I love when people come down to my DMs like, hey, I have a favor. And I'm like, okay, let Resident Evil 6, you want me to run today? So I just stare at them blankly. But no, I'm happy to always support 6.
1,000-yard stare. It's like, all right, you need me to run Resident Evil 6? Where, when, and what category?
But yeah, I love doing it. It's I like actually getting more things out on the game, especially since for a while it was just me. Now we're getting more runners in both Revelations 2 and 6. Maybe one day I'll drag Rev 1 in here, because that'll be a lot of fun as well.
That'd be pretty cool, for sure.
It's a fun game.
Mm-hmm.
So, we just about ready to go?
Yep. So, to say real quick, we're doing New Game Plus Claire, so we're going to be doing the 4 Claire episodes here. So we'll go ahead and get started now and then talk a bit more about that.
And we... oh, go ahead. Sorry.
I was going to say, we'll do the countdown and then. So 3, 2, 1, go.
Alrighty, and another thing that you didn't mention, we will be doing one chapter of Barry. We'll be doing his episode 4, just to kind of show it off a bit. Are you doing good or bad ending? I think you said you're doing good.
Yeah, we should be doing good ending here.
We're doing the
unless
good
I
names.
really, really mess up earlier.
I'll probably remind you
not.
not to mash the button.
Oh god.
I'll try to remember to tell you not to mash it. Because the thing is, if you mess that up, we're just going to have to roll with it. Because that will take way too long to redo.
Okay.
Alrighty. The first episode 1 out of everything with Rev 2 is definitely the most ran. Because how this game was released, it was episodic. So a lot of the stuff you'll see on the speedrun boards and what most people run are actually just the ILs. And this has like a lot of entries because it is just the most ran. Claire's also just the most ran in general. Most people don't care for Barry's side, and I am one of those people.
Wish I could tell you.
Yeah, there's definitely things about it I don't care for. I just really like doing the full game run. It just seems right to me.
I understand that. When it comes to, I don't do new game plus new game like full run, excuse me. I do usually the new game for this, which is weird because I'm normally do new game plus for most of the stuff I run. This game I don't care for it as much. Do new game is a lot of fun for this. It's also quite risky for one part later. Actually, no, wait, we won't be seeing that, but there's a section in Barry's episode 1 where you have to try and dodge into blades, and if you mess up, it's just insta death. That's always fun to do.
Yeah, for sure.
But a lot of this is kind of a how to put it, auto scroller, as I like to call it. It's very linear, so we won't be able to kind of move away from certain things for a little bit. And we do have a partner, Moira. You kind of hope, gotta have to hope she follows you, because you can't go through the door otherwise. It has to be like within under 30 meters. Good timing.
All right, I didn't mess up one slash.
That is based on timing. You have to you have to make sure you have all your stats upgraded for the knife, because there is stat upgrades for this in campaign. Got to make sure it's fully upgraded. You have to wait a split second and then slash the knife, and you should be able to get a critical, so you take them down in 1. It can be done in casual and normal, but on the other ones you can't do it in 1 knife, like the higher difficulties.
Let's see if I can not. Nope, that's the wrong button.
See if you can do this little. You barely missed
okay.
it.
Cool.
Oh, now you're in critical sauce.
Yep.
You might need to take that heal.
This is good. I'm just gonna do this now.
What Deagle was trying to do, he was trying to throw a firebomb at the door, and if you time it and run into it at a certain point, you can be able to run and not have to deal with the little stun cutscene there. So you just kind of keep running. You'll see Gina and the inflicted, which is that enemy, just kind of disappeared. Can you do the Dina dodge? Nope. No Gina skip. This is
that third dash is impossible.
It's very pinpoint. There, you can do a dodge like 3 times, and you don't have to watch that little cutscene. But it is very precise and super hard to pull it off. And we're gonna watch this. This game doesn't take IGT for the cutscenes, unlike 6 does. But one thing I remember finding out when I was messing around with doing new game runs and routing it a little bit, if you let certain in-game cutscenes play, you regain stamina, because you can run out of stamina when you run. So you'll generally, on New Game Plus, you'll dodge or like wait out certain cutscenes so you can regain stamina, because of course it's faster to run. And dodging is a little bit slower than running, but it's still, again, you still gain more distance than just kind of doing that little wobble, like out of breath walk.
All right.
You want to explain this
So
section?
this is the first example here of we do a lot of character switching and leaving characters closer to doors, so that yeah, that guy likes to grab you if you're not careful.
Going to end.
It always feels like a crapshoot which direction Moira's going to be facing there.
She'll usually be facing not at the door because of how you go through it. But yes, like what Deagle's explained, you're trying to take full advantage of the fact you can play two characters and switch between them. You can get them to wait at certain areas, so you can, like, for example, grab an object instead of having to run all the way back to the door. You just switch characters and you just enter the door as them. And a lot of times we'll also do the same thing to skip certain dialogue like this coming up, in addition to just helping to save stamina so we don't have to dodge as much. You want to explain this little skip? Very easy skip to do, actually.
So this one here, there's a certain point that if Claire passes that, there's like a certain mandatory cutscene that you run into with this conversation right here, actually.
Sorry.
And basically it's talking about Moira's not going to use a gun, and then you have to, in New Game, you would search for her crowbar. And I hit the camera stick there like I shouldn't have.
You're good.
But if we leave Claire behind, Claire never hits that trigger, and so we're free to run up to that door as Moira, and since we already have the crowbar in New Game Plus, pull it off immediately.
And just a quick thing, so I was going to comment on that little thing in a minute. You're reading this because it doesn't count down IGT. You're waiting for Alex, or the enemy of this, like, talking to you. You want her dialogue to stop, and so you can, like, start running sooner, so you don't get the, basically you're able to run sooner, you gain more time from that. But referring to the whole thing with getting Moira's crowbar, you can do it in New Game. You basically, what triggers the cutscene is going past that body that normally has the shotgun. If you go past it, it'll trigger Claire's dialogue. But if you stand slightly before it and shoot through a pipe, the box, you'll be able to run through as Moira and get the crowbar with no dialogue. That's a fun little thing to do.
And then that door that I opened and then dashed off of, we have to open that so Claire can come up when we try to go through, like, the, I don't know, I'll call it cutscene door there. But also I want to dash away from it, because I think if you go through that door, you automatically switch to Claire. Yeah, that's really...
That's a problem with this game with the AI. Okay, good. That is the problem with this game with the AI. If they get grabbed, either character, if they get grabbed, you need to go through a co-op door, you cannot go through. You have to wait for it, like, their animation to end.
Oh, okay.
Well, that was weird. But yeah, you have to literally wait for them to get out of the grab. There is some RNG from that, sadly, in certain areas. But you just kind of have to hope and pray that the enemies don't decide to give them a good hug.
Yeah, whenever I see Moira being grabbed there, I'm just like, oh god, we're gonna stand around forever. Hopefully she gets out.
Interesting thing. Originally, the decoy you throw right there, that wasn't in the run. I added that in there because a lot of times when you go leave that door, Claire would immediately get grabbed. And it's super obnoxious, so I did that out of consistency. It's so bad.
Yeah, the number of times I've been grabbed there. I started shooting a rocket there, actually. I didn't run early enough.
Yeah, you're
I
good.
wasn't sure, so we'll just play it safe.
I'll say just play it safe.
Or do that.
Or not.
Oh! Yeah, those blades are insta-kill, which again, for the berry skip I was mentioning on New Game and New Game Plus, it is super risky. Because if you don't do it right, it's just... Oof. Luckily, this game got checkpoints, so we don't have to worry about saving.
So what I was doing there was actually just demonstrating why you want to be careful there. That was just for demonstration purposes.
It's okay.
But,
I can live through some blades coming at me.
I actually have, like, a question or two. One from chat, one from me. Are you able to switch characters at will?
Yep.
Yes, there's very, very few sections where you cannot. So again, if the character's getting grabbed, when Moira was getting grabbed, you saw that little, like, no sign, you cannot switch to them. You have to wait for the animation to end. But you can do it at any time.
There's some forced changes that happen as well.
Forced changes, and there are some story elements where it won't let you switch. Because in New Game, at the beginning, where you're getting, like, at the very beginning, we were pushing all that stuff and things like that, like pushing that bookcase, you cannot switch there. And afterwards, you can't switch until you get the point with Moira when you have to, like, jump down and get the key from the cop. Those are like the 2 points where you can switch at the beginning of episode 1. There's also a section in Barry's episode 1 where it won't give you the option to switch to Natalia until they're like, hey, I can see monsters, because, why not? Now we're going to protect Moira so she can open the door.
Also, the other question I had, speaking of Barry, is, can you tell us a little bit about, like, what is the difference between Claire and Barry that makes Claire often more desirable to run?
The little girl, her name's Natalia. She's useless. She can throw bricks, and she runs slower. She runs at a stamina slower. She's basically a little kid. She's not as versatile. And a lot of Barry's sections, a lot of people just don't like his chapters, besides like 1 and like 4. It's usually what I see ran the most. But it's just usually a lot of people don't care for Natalia and how she's like played.
Yeah.
Moira has a lot more use. The crowbar is really broken. If you're playing casually, you can do a lot of damage. You have the flashlight to stun enemies. All Natalia do is see where enemies are. In addition, just throw bricks to stun them, and they don't do a lot of damage. So
I'm also going to go in with Revenants, which we'll see a bit of when we do the Barry episode, are horrible, horrible enemies that no one ever wants to deal with.
I call them dollies. That's because they look like dollies when I first played it. And the funny thing is, out of everything this game when I first played, they horrified me. Because I have a natural fear of dolls. So I was like, I don't like this. I want to go home. I hate it here. But yeah, they're very creepy, especially when they sometimes run. But we'll see them in Barry's Chapter 4. There's also another beautiful enemy called Invisible Bugs that will insta-kill you if they touch you. That's another favorite thing that everyone loves about Barry.
Yes. Something I did earlier, when I shot the door with the rocket, Moira, she has an animation as she's finishing up pulling those bars off the door. And shooting the rocket at it cancels her out of that animation. So we'll see that a couple more times.
Yeah, Claire has a lot of sections where you have to protect Moira, because if Moira gets hit or resets the thing, it's on a timer. You can't speed it up. You can't switch to Moira and button mash it to be like, hey, like in most Resident Evil games, you can button mash to get out of stuff. No, you just have to let it go. Oh, 10 even. Oh, baby. That's salt. Little clarity for that. Diego's been trying to get sub 10, and we all joke that you're probably gonna get 10 even on the marathon. I'm so happy it happened. I'm so happy. I hope you know I'm smiling like an idiot right now.
Oh, I'm sure you're just...
Oh, I'm head over heels.
So happy that happened.
Oh, you know I am.
Oh my god.
Now, normally if you're playing casually or New Game Plus, you would just press next and move on. But since you're doing the like Claire only, or if you decide to do Barry only, God bless your soul. You have to exit and go back into it. You can't like select it. We will be missing some story stuff, but it's okay.
We woke up in the middle of the
Here, just to advance this part, this is kind of just like a, hey, let's wait around for a bit section. If we check out this building, we wait a little less. Yeah. So we're gonna check out this building.
Yeah, normally when you're playing the game,
exciting building.
But normally when you're playing the game, you'll be like, oh, so let's go collect items. And you're like, great, I need supplies. That's usually what this building's used for, is that kind of stuff. But if you're doing New Game Plus, you just go to that back room to go upstairs, and you'll trigger this scene quicker. Which will help you advance into the next section. And if you look around, like some of the areas, you'll see cameras everywhere because you're clearly being watched. It's fantastic.
There's one.
Yep. Say hi. Just wave at her.
Smile, you're on camera.
You what?
But yeah, the whole shtick of this game is basically you're being watched and you are being experimented on. It's good fun. And you also have mood-changing bracelets that clearly don't mean bad things later in life, especially in this chapter. Nope, not at all.
I gotta show you.
Can't be.
Nope, it's a fun little game.
But he wants to show us something, so we're gonna ignore him. And
we're gonna
get this item over here.
Thankfully, this game, there are a few sections where you have to, like, do things in order, but if you know where the stuff is, like for at least one of these items, you can go ahead and grab it. You need it. Basically, Gabe, the dude, it's like, come over here. He's gonna show you a helicopter, and basically you need fuel and a battery. You can get the battery right then and there, so you can just go ahead and go up. You need to at least trigger this scene coming up here to trigger the chance to get the gas, and you'll see why in a minute. Look at this helicopter. It's good for a helicopter. But yeah, I remember when I was playing this cache, I really liked this. Oh, she didn't wait. Oh. But
Yep.
I actually really like this area because it's interesting to explore, and that, like a lot of the areas and buildings, you can get supply stuff. It's basically Last of Us Resident Evil edition, but discounted. It's my favorite.
Right.
I guess we're not alone.
Alright, yeah, you're gonna trigger this. You're gonna trigger a dialogue so you can get started on the next sequence earlier. And you wouldn't be able to, when you come over here, this character right here, Pedro, he would not be over here. You literally had to trigger Gabe's section. And
check out what I found. If you see
now you'll be able to trigger this and move on to getting the gasoline. And if you didn't know about that other door, you would have to, like, he'll be drilling this, you would go into this area, you would have to literally go to that door to be like, oh hey, we need Pedro, and then you had to come back and be like, hey Pedro, can you come over here please?
If you don't mind
But if
doing
you
a little
do it
demolishing.
before triggering him, you can just do it all
point me in the
in one
right
fell swoop.
direction.
Now let's see if he actually follows me.
Oh yeah, the AI pathfinding is beautiful in this game. Absolutely gorgeous. Oh, that's another thing. Natalia's AI following is awful. Awful.
Oh my god, this is the fastest he's ever come over here.
Oh wow! He loves you! Congrats!
Apparently.
I think he wants to be good for the camera.
They're back.
That's a
I know, right?
He'll never be good for me though in runs. It makes me sad.
Well, see, the reason he came over here is because I hit the blades in chapter 1, so this doesn't matter.
Gotta lower that dynamic difficulty real quick. Actually, I don't think this game has that, but that'll be something we'll discuss in 6, because that is a thing that can happen there. And that's fun.
Yep.
Where,
We will
this
deal
section,
with that when we get to it.
Yeah. Also, this section, you're basically protecting Pedro so he can drill the door. This game has a lot of sequences where you have to protect yourself or a dude or somebody. Be like, hey, I need to do this. And it does waste time if he gets near something because he'll shotgun it and not be on the door until the threat is annihilated. Oh, you gotta give you a good slap. Alright, we got the fuel.
This way, please.
You call
This
clear
way,
over.
please. No. Up and by.
There
Come
we go.
on.
You're good.
Buttons are hard.
Don't worry, I can't wait to do it later when I try to switch to something. Ah, the memes. Hey, how you doing? Good old iron head, good old mini pyramid head, I would like to call him. Cute little bugger.
That should be everything you need.
We grab the items.
Work, Redfield.
Now we start the
Right.
next sequence. And
Now
yes,
it's
you
my
have
turn
to be
to work
clear
some
for this,
magic.
because there's a lot of weird
Greasy,
sections in this
chopper
game where it
repairing,
says
and
clear
magic.
only. And it will not let you go through as Moira. I suggest you throw a
Gotta
decoy
love
for the
it.
next area, by the way.
I could.
It's the overseer.
Okay, well,
She's
you
luring
can
those
take
things
that
right
slap.
toward us.
If it happens. There's also stage elements in this game where there's a bleeding effect
Please get that
which
thing
will
fixed.
drain your health and make you wobble. Like kind of like critical run, and it wastes so much time. Like you don't want it in any run. I hate it.
Yeah, for sure. And
Yeah.
this is, I
Protect.
kind of think you don't have them in your loadout, but I gave Moira some tourniquets because she will actually use them on you.
Oh yeah,
thankfully.
Natalia will do the same thing. The AI will use targets. I usually don't, because I try not to get hit by the iron head that likes
Coming through the window!
that weird ass slap move.
Fight back and stop
Also, this to protect the Wasek, as it's
I don't
called
know
in
what
the
to
game.
do!
Because this whole game is based off of Prince Casca's writings of Metamorphosis. because Revelations is based off books. Anyway, this is a kill section. You need to kill all the enemies in order to progress to the next sections or next scene of events. And they are all set. Like each enemy is set. So if you memorize where all of the where they are, you can just kill them right then and there. They never have like randomness to it. Sometimes Pedro will help you with the double barrel. Most of the time, no. He'll just sit there and complain while screaming holy balls.
Yep.
For like 5 minutes in my ear. Okay, you got first
I'm, like,
sequence
having-
done. Okay, sorry.
I'm having like genuine flashbacks from the Resident Evil 4 house segment with Lewis.
Oh yeah,
Yep.
well, this game, especially the English dub or translation, tries really hard to pull out nostalgia, like the Claire sandwich. There's a few other lines, which is weird, which is funny because a lot of it's not in the Japanese version. They took a super amount of liberties for this game, so it has a lot of times a different tone between both. So it's really interesting.
Yeah, so another one of the few people who run this game, Ari Aster, as he goes by at the moment,
also
he
runs
dubbed
Reps.
this Cabin V3.
Don't worry, we need one from RE5. We got one from 6 with Gunshop, which we'll be seeing. Basically, Capcom's like, wow, people like this idea. You know what time it is? Let's rehash it to everything we do now. Everything.
That segment's probably one of my least favorite casually in Resident Evil 4 for that matter. So like, why
Yep.
is it in other games?
Because people love it. Same with the village section
Run, Moira!
in RE4, because you'll see
Oh,
that a few
jeez.
times. It's okay. I love seeing good old Lewis just kind of bungee cord aimbot everything. It's so good. Let me just aim like 360 no scope a wall, and I'm like, okay, man, you do you, honey child.
Yep. Yep. I like how Claire here is like, run, Moira, run! And then we're just standing here.
Well, the thing is, this is
chilling.
another thing. A lot of this game has, like, I think in 2 they refer to it as zapping. Certain things and, like, things you do will affect Barry. In this chapter, you can go get a, like, you can, if you want to, you don't have to kill Pedro. But the thing is, in Barry Chapter 2, you will have to kill Pedro. There's quite a few sections with that where each, like, what Claire does will affect Barry in the next chapter of his. It is, of course, faster to kill Pedro as Claire, because killing Pedro with Barry, 1, the area is super tight. 2, it takes you'll basically have to waste time. It takes like 10 plus minutes probably, if I'm taking a quick estimate.
It's so bad.
Yeah,
That
so
fight
basically,
is
if
so
you don't kill
long.
Pedro, rip it. Just rip. Because it takes so long with Barry that it's not even worth it. It's also such a pain.
Wow.
Because when I casually did this, I didn't kill Pedro because I didn't think he was killable. And lo and behold, my friend told me, was like, you know you can kill him, right? I'm like, oh, I don't have to fight him as Barry? I was like, thank God. I hated it. I hate fighting him as Barry. It's such a pain.
Yeah, he's so much worse. He has these eyeballs all over him, and you have to hit the eyes, and...
That is also his weak point with Claire. A lot of times in New Game, I'll shoot his one on the knee.
Go!
But
does he have the eyes as Claire?
Yep, you can shoot them all, and depending, there's a certain one that is considered his crit point, and it changes each time. I love it. It's such good fun. Good meme fun.
Lovely.
Wait,
Somehow I didn't notice
about
the eye when I fought him as Claire. I mean, New Game Plus runs, it doesn't matter, right? 'Cause, you know.
I didn't notice the eye as I shot him in the face with a rocket launcher. Wow. Wow. Also, I hope y'all like some good dialogue walking sequence. It's good fun.
I'm glad you're okay.
This is Neil. This is
James
Tara
said
Save's
you guys had
boss.
split
Stay in front. I don't know about this.
Nope, you didn't do it.
Nope.
You didn't do the good.
What was that monster?
We tried.
It was Pedro.
That's all.
The
Okay,
overseer
but this
gave
is
us all
Neil.
some kind of
He's
viral
clearly not
injection.
evil.
The virus triggered in Pedro
Not at
when
all.
he got too scared.
In the English
Awesome.
version, they make Claire, like, have feelings for him when that's not in the Japanese version.
Not catching.
Good stuff. Oh, that's another thing. Whenever Claire gets the gun
Moira,
from the
I don't
cop,
think
in
you
New
actually
Game,
know.
you'll get it to where
He's
you
our
get the
boss.
gun from a
Neil
cop,
Fisher.
like the cop you kill for the
Barry
keys in
Burger
episode
girl, right?
1. She'll do a
Dad's in
reference
the
to the Steve's line with like, guns are more reliable than humans. In the Japanese version, I think she says something like, I don't like using them, but sometimes you have to. Kind of shtick. It's
Pedro
like I
said
said,
the
they
signal came from high
try
up.
to do a lot of
That's gotta be
references,
it.
and it's a little bit weird on how like disjointed it is as a whole.
Yeah, the
Bad idea.
a completely different series with a very different tone. The Sonic franchise
Oh
has a
god.
similar
Yes, they do.
translation issue
Yeah.
where there's very huge discrepancies in the lore
Oh, no, no,
between
no, no, no.
JP and English.
Yeah, because I used to be really into Sonic years ago. There was, when I got more into looking into it, I'm like, what is what? Especially since Sonic's very, especially if you watch the Japanese Sonic X. I love Sonic just
Yeah.
cussing like, like no other. I'm like, okay, that's weird. Yeah, there's a bunch of stuff like that. Thankfully, Resident Evil doesn't have too much of an issue, but they did it quite often in this game. And probably a lot of the earlier games, because let's be honest, early translation in the 90s was questionable at best. If we want to be real.
Hilarious at worst.
Oh, it's so
Yeah, right.
beautiful. Oh, and then there's that beautiful shmup game of all your base on are belong to us. Like that whole English translation is just God's work.
Oh yeah.
I love that. It's so good. We can't skip this cutscene, so we have to skip this. I try to skip every time I play.
Promise I'll catch up. Just get to that tower.
Oh yeah, yeah. You might see me. I think I've done it once already. Try and skip a cutscene I can't actually skip yet.
Just be careful, and this is
This'll
coming from
happen.
somebody that's done this several times. If you pause right at the moment the cutscene starts, you'll crash soft lock the game. Yes, I've done it a lot more than I would like to admit.
It's a nice feature.
Feature,
It discourages you from doing unnecessary pausing.
I would like not to redo a run at Claire episode 3, please.
Smoke is up here.
Oh, that's another thing. The balls are set locations. In raid mode,
Get off
in
the
raid
corners.
mode you could set them to wherever you want. In campaign you cannot, which I hate because my setup is.
What's the
completely
difference between?
Raid mode is a fun. It's in Rev 1. It started in Rev 1, and Rev 2 also has it. Basically, in raid mode, you can go into things like a mini game. You go in, you choose a character. It's basically they are at level 1. You can get to level 100, and you level them up. You put skills on them, and you can just kind of go in stage like random stages, and you get some parts, and you get some weapons. Like it's like a looting system.
Sort of like. Okay.
Yeah.
Is it? I was gonna say, is it anything like Mercenaries mode in other Resident Evil games?
No, it's more
So
archaic
it's not like that at all.
in terms of like it's basically you're just trying to get some good loot, trying to get some good parts you can put on the guns you get, like stuff like that. You can play it in co-op. It's super fun.
Okay.
And of course, Mercenaries, which is what that song you were hearing last night was. That was the Mercenaries song from 6. But yeah, Mercenaries is a little bit different. Still a really fun thing. A lot of people really want raid mode back. I think she just got that exploder to the face. Jesus Christ.
That was just to get away whatever was there. So no one cycle door for us.
Yeah,
You can get this box and
Go ahead.
wrong button. You can get that box in one cycle of that gate being open. You push it into the door. Actually, I'm not doing Barry, so I could have
Yeah, you could have just
done
ran
the
through.
dumber strat.
But yeah. Basically, if you're doing Claire only or the ILs, you can run straight through that door with both people. You either can push the character, the other character into it, or a lovely trick I discovered is when you about to switch characters, you just mash the dodge button through the switching process, and both characters will dodge through, and it's super useful. And Barry, if you're doing full game, you want to push that. If not, it'll cause problems for Barry and take much longer to get through that area. I think
Yeah, lots of
Deagle did it out of
not
habit
fun.
because he's been doing some full game runs lately.
Yeah, I usually do full game. So I've not even tried to do it, to be honest, without the crate.
Remind me and I'll show you the thing I was talking about, because I think I remember describing it to you. I need to actually show you. It makes more sense as where T poses for dominance on us.
It's
Good for
okay.
her.
I've seen the strat where
So
you
you
do
managed
the
to
double
stay away
dash
from the
through it.
monsters all by yourself?
Not
more, it's more consistent.
Mario Kart.
It is much more consistent than trying
did
to
you hear that?
push the character. Sometimes the character will move directly out of your way, and you just have to rip the run. It's so good.
Wait.
Oh.
Of course.
Hello everyone, welcome back to Never Before Seen. We just had a couple of tech issues, but they seem to have been resolved. So I think we're actually gonna be good to continue the run. We have Desert Eagle and Solus Persona with us here that will guide us through the rest of Resident Evil Revelations 2. So go ahead, reintroduce yourselves, and we can do another countdown real quick.
I'm pretty sure I'm still Desert Eagle 417 here. We're about halfway through Rev 2, and Solus Persona still on commentary here.
No, I'm Persona Solus. How dare you? I'm insulted.
Persona, oh, backwards. All right. Yeah. So I'll do a countdown from 3 here. So 3, 2, 1, go.
Happy birthday.
Oh, thank you. So now this is the fun thing about doing single character runs, is we have to exit the game every time and move to the next chapter.
It's good memes.
Whereas full game, you can just alternate. Claire 1, Barry 1, Claire 2, Barry 2.
Actually, that's another random thing I just want to point out in terms of like whenever you complete the chapter, you see the little thing where it says next. When you go into the next episode, there's like an upgrade thing. If you're doing new game, you can go to it and equip like skills and stuff like that with the brownie points. It's called BP, but I call them brownie points. So you just plug that into like whatever skill you want. I mean, too, honestly. Brownie sounds delicious.
I was recently given a really good recipe, apparently, that I need to try out.
Oh, I'm down. Whatever I can get more diabetes in my flesh.
Like brown butter brownies or something.
Excuse me?
Yeah. Brown butter makes, like, many foods really good. You don't want to burn the butter, but you want to just,
you mean that kind of brown butter?
It's almost like toasting it.
I thought you were referring to something else. I was like, excuse me, what is this concoction? But yeah, brown butter's really good. It's just really hard to not burn it.
Exactly. You gotta have that nice balance there.
Just turn it up to 1,000.
I could talk about food for hours, but we have a speed run to do.
I could too. I had ramen before this for celebration. I should have said
Steven, go away.
Oh, Steven's one of our friends. He runs Rev 1, Rev 2. He was supposed to run Rev 1 on our thing, but his internet also had problems, so I had to make up for his slack.
Where's Neil?
Punk.
If you want to see him again.
Imagine not having internet problems.
Well, his internet's back down, so let's cheers to that. Also, I hope you like Mythology Prometheus. It's pretty cool.
Gotta hurry.
Oh, go ahead. Sorry, Deagle.
I was saying, this part's pretty fun. You get to do some, spiky ceilings. We'll get to dodge some, instant deaths in a bit.
Chapter 3 probably has the most puzzles
usual good stuff
for Claire, in the beginning section. Pretty fun.
Yeah.
And then you get to
the first half of Chapter 3 is good. The second half is, the other thing.
You should look at the, wall where this is how you're supposed to figure it out, is looking at that wall.
You should just accept your death. Quietly. Like a grandma.
Artificial eyeball, though. Also, yes, you let the spikes go too long, they will actually kill you. They will not stop. They stop for no man, besides the eyeball.
I was about to say, good old Resident Evil 4 again.
Don't worry, we're about to hit a laser room. That's good.
Oh man!
Spicy memes. I assume you're doing this as Moira. You don't have to do this as Moira, but it makes the pathfinding a lot easier because you can see these little footprints. Now, if you want to do it super spicy, you could dodge straight through the middle. But if you don't do it right, you die.
Right. No sudden could be useful.
Yeah, I skipped over, like, there's a whole winding path. Like, kind of think about in Metal Gear Solid 1. What's her name? Meryl does this, like, really complicated path through all these claymores.
I forgot.
And the snake, you can just run straight up the middle.
I forgot she's named after a Pokemon.
Did I hit the
You did.
scanner?
You did. Did you
Okay,
get that line with Claire? You did it. I have your stream muted, so I'm not 100% sure. Ooh, baby. Look at that swoosh. Yeah, you hit it. You want to hit that when you're running by, you
Oh,
want to
look,
hit that because
inside that
regardless of
corpse.
what you do, you have to trigger that dialogue with Claire. It's like, oh no, we have a retinal scanner
There's a map
before
here
you could
too.
actually scan the eye. So you can just run by it. You can't do it any earlier, but you can run by it so you can trigger that dialogue and come back to it,
So that asshole statue is blocking the way in.
which is all good fun.
You know?
Yeah.
The gods
Otherwise, you're going to be
punish
standing
some of the
around there
people
dealing
steal
with
his liver.
The enemies
the
that wanna
idiots trying to hit you.
They just want to hug.
Yeah, enemies who want to
Yeah.
hug. We
Where
go.
are you?
Neil.
We have to do
Girl.
space hugs though, at least in this current time. And you need the eye for this section, so it's basically in set order. The Overlord does not want you to do it any other way. She is watching you.
They must have kept animals in here.
Just think of 1984. That's literally what this is right now. Ah, this meat section.
Oh yeah.
There's a good meme part
times.
coming up that I'm not looking forward to.
It's a butchery.
I'm dealing with the meat grinder, because that's a good restart point. Pretty cute.
Excuse me. You have fun over there with the fog. And I still don't like you, so
Well, if you don't
Yeah.
kill him, he's gonna be like right outside the door ready to slap you.
sure he's dead. I hope he's dead.
If you didn't kill him with that rocket, I'm gonna be very concerned about your aim. Especially when he's such a big boy. We're gonna do this one puzzle the easy way.
Stay there.
And to be fair, I think most people did it this way. I did it this way because it's a very obvious trap. If you just leave one character on the other side, you can just go do this, switch to the character, and just turn it off. If you have both characters there, it's not game over. Thankfully, you just have to throw Moira up to the top, and she can come up to the other
Follow
side.
me.
But it's just faster just to leave one person there, so you can just turn off the switch and go about your day.
Exactly. There is some incentive to do it that way, though. There's one of those
I think it's a part box.
which we're completely ignoring in the speedrun. There's some like unlockable boxes. I needed to stay Moira there, but fine.
You can shoot this one here, so. This is the part I love. Especially when the RNG doesn't go your way with enemies.
We
And then
have to add more blood.
Yeah, this is gonna be
Man,
good
that
fun.
lady is sick.
So either this will go completely uninterrupted and you won't notice any drama, or we'll get all but the last hunk of meat shot into here.
Also, another thing, if you're doing this, make sure your little reticule is glowing. Basically, you have to be close to the hook. If you shoot any other spots, the meat will not like drop down. You basically want the thing to fill up so you can get the next liver. Because if you know as the game was describing earlier, the Tell Prometheus, we had to get his livers because it kept feeding the
Nice.
caveman fire. Oh, good. We got the good RNG. Praise the sun. A lot of times they tend to hit Moira right out of it. And it's so annoying.
And it's like right when the last one is about to go over the grinder.
Yep.
That's when the enemies knock her off the switch.
Just be careful, your health is critical.
They're gonna gang up on us.
Another thing that can happen, which has happened to me a few times when I was doing IL for this.
Oh, I forgot that thing.
Ooh, woo, girl, you're playing spicy today. But yeah, another thing that can happen, Moira gets grabbed when you're trying to go through the door. That's a fun thing that can happen too. We did it. We are now done with this, and now we're getting to the really bad part of this chapter that no one likes.
This part.
The
Well, I like the
section.
music.
It's cool music, I agree. Have hilarious. You're gonna try to. Oh, you didn't do it correctly. That's fine. That's a really weird
No, I
timing to
didn't.
do it. That's really weird timing to do. If you dodge the right moment, you cannot, like, you can cancel that and go through the door earlier. And yes, that is a beginner's trap. And this is where I usually soft lock the game. Don't pause there. Just let the cutscene play.
Yeah, that's one of those you can't skip anyway. So.
Yeah, I know, but I do it out of habit.
Oh, I know.
Because I want to
I
go fast.
thankfully never soft locked there, but
That's okay. Everything I touch,
Sure,
I
the day
break.
will come. The day will come.
Everything I touch, I
Yeah,
break.
so this-
we're good. Okay.
This part has some neat character switching strats here. So these valves that I'm going to be turning, we have to turn them 3 times if I can get on it. But once you start the 3rd turn, you can switch characters, and then run over here, trigger this ladder as Moira, and then it like pulls Claire off the valve early, but it still finishes the turn. So it's a nice little bit of optimization here. Just doing these switches right as you're doing the 3rd turn. Tiny bits of time save.
Indeed.
Now we
Also,
get a
the fact
nice-
that their hands aren't burning live, but that's a thing that we won't discuss. Realism in a Capcom game is illegal. One
Did
thing.
I trust Steven?
No, never trust.
He says it's the first door.
Oh yeah, this is an RNG thing coming up. There's some RNG. In IL, you just kind of run for a door and pray that it's not a death trap. It's good fun. But,
Gotta love that this is also 11 minutes into this chapter.
oh, it's good.
Then
After
you
doing
get
the
that
meat
nice.
section
Uh-huh.
Also, another random thing I want to point out. Yes, this game is co-op for the campaign. Good fun times. It's not online co-op. It's couch-only co-op. Sadly, unless you do
I think
the
it's door 2. Door 2.
But
Yeah, the Steam remote play, I think it should
yeah,
work.
it does. The second character will have some delay though, and it's good for somebody that's done it before. Which sucks because
So-
the co-op run, like doing co-op runs for this, would be a lot of fun, but it's sadly not online. Raid mode is online, but not this.
Yeah. Yeah, so that door right there that we just went through, the shutter, is one of those Claire-only doors. I think typically they lead into cutscenes like this.
Yeah,
Not
because
always, but
Was it good for you too?
they don't want to put too much money into
Come on. Let's just
making
get out of here.
sure you have 2 sets of cutscenes for minor areas.
so that part we just went through there, with those 4 faces, it's RNG which one of those faces is the door that you can open.
That explosion.
And what you want to do is you want to look toward the top of it, and you'll see some
Close, Moira.
mechanical stuff behind all but one of them, and that's the one you want to go through.
Neil and the girl.
The other ones are an instant
To
death
death.
trap.
Now,
No.
if you want to know a fun story, when I first, in order to, we're going to tell you how to solve this thing. If you don't want to do that, there's a thing you can throw Moira up. She can go
Stupid
to that,
dinosaur.
like behind
I'm
the
so
section
sick
to
of
see
it.
which one's the right one, and you can
need
answer
men
with
like
Claire,
Barry.
or like do it with Claire. Great fun times.
Extra much.
When I
And
first
he goes
played
right.
this game, I just ran to a door, didn't pay attention,
Yeah.
I got it right.
My big brother was like that growing up too.
And I was like, oh. And then my friend's like, you're supposed to do this one puzzle for this, right? And I'm like, nope. I just literally
There's a
ran
puzzle
through
there?
it. Don't worry, the box opening thing with Moira and Natalia, where you kind of open the box to get goodies. Yeah, my rumble wasn't working on my controller, and I also opened the box with little luck. It's good fun. I'm just great. This is another one for Tech Moira. Lovely sequences. If you have the rocket, it
I just
doesn't
didn't feel
matter.
like flashing in our faces there. So we switched weapons. But this one I shot the thing to pull Moira off the door.
You should do spoiler
And then I
skip.
forgot to switch.
Me too.
See, I knew this was gonna happen.
You should. You should clearly do something that would kill a run. That's an IL thing. I hate it.
Oh yeah. See, Amber, I told you she was gonna try and bully me into this.
It doesn't matter who you are. I will bully everyone into it. I bully myself into it. Normally
I
what
shoot the
do-
rocket there.
I was like,
Well,
normally
shot
what
it early.
Normally what I do is I leave one of the characters on the other side, so I can just climb the ladder instantly.
Way nerd.
You got Moira moving. Okay, good. Sometimes I forget to get the character to move, and it causes some issues. Look at all this.
I know. Glorious.
It sure is.
All right. Well, because I'm never going to hear the end of it from Steven and Solus if I don't.
Before you do the
We're knocking down the ladder, though.
I was gonna say, I was about to tell you, knock down the ladder. I should have told you to do it on the marathon last time. I didn't. I was too busy,
but
laughing.
we had more time. We had more time there. So this ladder right here. Normally you would ignore this, but I'm gonna kick it down because apparently we're gonna meme.
Yeah, this is an
Still
IL
shooting
strat.
this first, though.
This is an IL strat he's about to do. That can be very, very finicky. Oh nope, you're already gonna miss it. You're gonna miss it. Basically, you want to like dodge past that exploder. It is super hard
Nice
to
corners.
get it.
The corners are like really finicky.
Yeah,
so.
the whole pipes are really finicky to do. But yeah, you just want to dodge through it and hope you don't get hit by him. It is really obnoxious. I hate it. But now
he's already dead. Poor Moira's getting beat up over there.
Well, she has infinite health. The co-op partner has infinite health. The character like Barry and Claire, they don't. If they die, you die in real life.
Oh.
You die in game, you die in real life. Like the 20 movies that's based off that. Lovely theory.
Oh, so we're coming up to the end of episode 3 of Claire pretty soon here.
This is her final
so
boss.
Yep. Yeah, so this is essentially Claire's final boss right here, yeah. So some fair warning, those rocket blasts, it's a better pattern to do this in, so you don't have to spam them like I'm going to. But, I don't know that very well, so we're gonna spam a bunch of rockets.
Yeah,
So just forewarning, it's bright, it's flashy, it's not quite like Final Fantasy VII Genova cutscene level nonsense. But just a heads up.
I completely misspelled photosensitivity.
It's your,
Yeah.
it's your favorite. Yeah, technically you just need 2 rockets.
He's not my boyfriend.
Kill this boss coming up. At 2 very certain points. Now this is where Clara is like, I don't love him. I'm like, okay, honey, I love you too. Can we move on?
He must have been scared.
No.
And
No,
soon
no.
we'll be picking up
There's no
Neil's
way.
death note.
Got it?
Save.
End of discussion.
In the door, please.
Once you
and
hit the
thank
door prompt. Look at this death note. It's literally a death note.
This list.
We'll ignore it though.
Yeah. You'll basically on that you'll see the names of people in TerraSave, and basically what this shtick of the story is, hey, this character, Mastermind Alex, she wants to transfer her mind into a vessel so she can basically have eternal life because she's getting old and
I'm
dying.
just learning to see a little
Fun
more
stuff.
clearly.
And she needs a good vessel
Right.
that's not afraid of stuff.
Here we go.
Which is why you have mood rings. And Neil was part of that whole thing. There's also filters for this game, and there's one called, was it Comic something? I don't remember the actual name, but it's Comic something. Yeah, if you want your eyes to completely hurt, you put that on with the rocket, and then
Comic Noir.
So it's a comic noir. Regardless, I hate it.
I think so.
It's like really blinding. You have like the black and white. You have like the old-fashioned one. You should be dead.
Yeah, this isn't that intense for me, but I know some people who it might be a little intense for.
Is he dead? Okay. But
It should be.
yeah, if you did the comic thing, it's basically everything is bright lights. Like it's super bright. It's like horrible. Thankfully, this game's
So,
very
that's
muted with colors, so it makes it a little bit better. RE6 is bright, so that would be a fun
So
comparison.
we're decently ahead of my run yesterday.
Huzzah!
run last
I
night,
can't wait.
so-
I'm going to deny it whenever you post it.
Well, I can't post this one. I hit the blades in chapter 1. You know, to show it off for chat.
Yep.
Like, that's definitely why I did that.
Good blades. I can't wait for you to work hard and get in that sub 10 now.
Where? I went from 1004 to 1002 to 1001, and naturally
10.
10 flat, because, you know.
It's fun. You love it. Now, don't forget, let
yeah.
Moira shoot.
Oh, yeah.
Thanks.
Yeah, so this point right here, this cutscene coming up, or I guess it's kind of a QTE.
Yeah, QT cutscene.
This is the moment that decides good ending or bad ending.
Whenever you
And
select
we won't
this...
see the effects of this until the literal end of the game.
Now, whenever you select this stage, you'll see, like, in the corner where it has Claire or Moira's picture, that'll basically tell you if you've shot this, like, the final boss or their final boss, Neil, with Claire or Moira. So it just kind of lets you know which.
So you're doing
Good ending. This is good.
good ending. Okay.
Yep. We're gonna let Moira
But we'll
get over
see
her
the
fear of
results of
guns. Shoot him!
We'll see the results of this in Chapter 4 of Barry. But yeah, so if you're listening to, and, you know, Barry's chapters leading up to this discuss this a little bit as well. If you listen to Moira's story, like, there's a whole thing where Barry didn't lock up his guns properly.
Scared me like that
He got a
again.
hold of it. You know,
Shot her sister.
accidents happened with her sister, yeah. And so
You get it
He's
more
very-
in Barry's episode 3, where he talks about
Right.
that whole situation. In addition, the fact he kind of snapped at Moira because of the whole situation.
Mhm.
And that's basically why they have such a rocky relationship. Because originally, it's been, as it's mentioned, he didn't want her to go to Terra's save because of the danger. He doesn't like her using her lovely, colorful language that she likes to vomit out beautiful words to us
Previously on
and other
Revelations
weird things.
2.
Like she's very rebellious, and that's one of the reasons why their like relationship's very It's very questionable because of that whole situation. And Molly, by the way, her sister's alive. She's not dead or anything. She's still kicking.
Doesn't matter. Let's find the overseer.
all right, here is
Person.
you,
Are you good?
what happened?
Yeah, I'm good. I can't type people's names today. Who will run Resident Evil 6?
Soulless
person.
That's correct. Keep it.
She was like, no, that's about right.
Correct.
Oh no. Sorry, sometimes my typos get to me.
It's okay. I typo every other word, so we're okay.
Right, we're through. Let's hurry.
Oh no.
To be fair, Persona does need person, so that's still correct. Now we have a good
Yeah.
few minute dialogue scene, so if we got questions or anything, go for it, people. We're literally here
We're
as
gonna put
Alex.
Moira in a corner.
Yep. By the way, this is
Nope,
Alex
in the corner.
Wesker. She's part of the Wesker child experiment Spencer did. She is mentioned in 5 in Lost in Nightmares. She is here with us today to monologue about her life as Mary Elizabeth tells us the words of her people. And that she has quite good anger issues about the fact that her brother's dead. There's also a lot of notes that Deagle ran by where she's like, I feel sorry for my brother for dying. But death is a passage to life or something dumb. And I'm like, okay, honey.
Is she even listening to us?
I'm very amused by Moira right now.
It's okay.
Yep. She's just hanging out in the corner. You know.
She's having a walk.
Yep.
Also, if you stare at Moira how she holds the flashlight, it's great. Look at that. Look at that animation.
Yeah, I thought she was holding a gun this whole time.
No, it's a flashlight. In Rainbow,
Like, until you said she wouldn't use a gun, I was just like, that flashlight's a gun?
Yep.
in raid mode you can play as her and then she'll hold a gun. Also in an extra mission, which since we're doing good job. Since we're doing good ending, you'll see how she gets to a certain point in the story, because that's kind of in between thing with her and Old Man Jenkins, which was the you didn't see him, but it's the kind of the old man yelling at you in episode 3 about going home, the Russian man.
Yep.
Now we're gonna switch to Moira because some reason Moira doesn't take a stun out here because who knows why. There's also the out of bounds you can technically do here where you can go and stare at Alex's body and the room entirely. It does absolutely nothing in terms of speedrunning, but it's a fun meme.
Never knew that.
There's a few, I think there's another one you can technically do in Barry's episode 2, but again it does nothing. And like with 6, Rev 1, and like, sorry, I have hiccups. Like with 6 and Rev 1, if you're on the out of bounds for too long, you just straight up die.
Oh, really?
Yeah, well, that's with like in Rev 1 that Keith and quit out of bounds. If I don't hit like certain patches of the ground, I'll just straight up die. Unless you're either in the water in Rev 1 or in 6 where you just kind of crawl or stay on the little phone handheld thing, you'll just like drop dead.
So yeah, so this part here is the mandatory Resident Evil self-destruct sequence.
We are running.
So here
for
we're
our
just
lives.
tower escape, basically.
This is like this is like one of these. Actually, I believe this is the shortest in the game, like the shortest campaign, like chapter. It's less than 10 minutes. You should be able to be in like less than 10 minutes. Did you do it? Nope.
Oh, I missed.
Yeah, most of the time if you throw a bottle at a certain, like in a certain area, you can destroy those locks and you can just run over. So we're gonna
Usually I shoot it with a rocket, but
you can also do
I
that.
figured we'd try and get fancy and do the bottle.
Now in the IL run, the best thing to do is run past the bug and pray to God he doesn't grab you. And yes, it's random where he is each time. And the second bug comes up. And the thing is, if you get grabbed by him, it's instant death. And with Claire, you can't see him. With Barry, you can see him because Natalia has the power of smoke seeing, I guess. Super derpy.
Are you kidding? Nice fucking emergency exit.
Oops, that was an extra press of an extra press of character switch there.
Oh, I hope.
Pretty good, wasn't it?
Don't worry, there's a thing coming up, and I hope Deagle doesn't do it again by accident. Because he did it in the marathon. I think I died for a good 5 minutes.
Oh god.
Oh, if not, I'm completely gonna laugh at you again. I hope you know.
Oh, I can't wait for
Why'd you heal?
Natalia to just
Oh god.
What are you doing?
What is happening?
I love it.
Like this might not be the Resident Evil 4, like Leon taking off without Ashley at the very end, but this is still pretty great.
I'm done with this. Don't worry, my favorite line is Moira's coming up because I love it. It says a bad word in it, but bless her heart.
Hurry!
I mean,
Yeah, it should be like this word. No, I think she might have said it beforehand, so I'm gonna survive the F out of this. I don't remember exactly where she says it, but I love that line. That just embodies me in this
it was
situation.
right around there, actually.
Oh, it is around there? Okay, I thought it was a little bit earlier. No, I'm thinking of Claire where she screams, we can't let her win. That's the beginning part. I've got to the point where I just block out half the dialogue because I run this too much. I do that with 6 too. Yes, that is a ledge, Moira. I believe in you. You can ledge. You can jump off, I promise. The ankles will be okay. You do take fall damage in this game. And you can die from the fall damage. You can't just drop too far and just kill yourself. I hope you also don't
But
get
if
that
you
glitch.
dash off a ledge there and switch characters during it, you take less damage for whatever reason.
Yeah, it's really weird. My other favorite thing, there's a glitch in, like, this game is really weird with trying to jump off of certain areas. Sometimes the character will not correctly jump off, so you end up jumping off onto the out of bounds area and just dying. I've had that happen here in a few other areas. It's good fun. It's a good way to kill a run.
Stay there.
Roger.
Or, I know pushing is hard. I hate pushing things too.
This is another one of those Claire-only doors. again because why not?
Oh yeah, you kind of have to play with Claire, just a reminder.
By the way, this is the character
This is
everyone
Claire's
wanted.
campaign.
I wanted her. And then there's Barry in the corner, so that exists.
There we go.
I love that. And since you're playing casual, there's normally on normal and higher difficulties, there's actually the invisible bug enemies here, and I hate it.
Because of course there are, right?
Yep, you're in the good crit juice. Yeah, that's one of the areas you want to try to dodge off of so you don't go into critical. But it's sometimes a little bit weird trying to dodge next to a ladder, because sometimes they just want to climb off the ladder. This is also where I jumped off into the abyss last time.
Oh, nice.
You did it! Hooray! I still have that video
Alright.
somewhere in the depths of my YouTube.
And this is basically the end of Player 4 right here.
Yeah, you just got a few more little things. It'll also show an ending cutscene if you killed off Moira by not having her shoot Neil. Yeah, she would die there. Like, just straight up die. She somehow lives. Who knows? I don't know.
Nope.
Blunt force trauma to the head. It's all okay.
Right. Alright. See you, Moira.
Instead, she's just got a bunch of broken bones.
It's fine. It'll heal. I mean,
No
she
big
heals
deal.
out of everything right now. She's good. But yeah, if you didn't get Moira to shoot Neil, she'll, like I said, you'll see a cutscene where she literally dies.
Oh god.
And all it shows is her hand kind of like fidgeting and just kind of going limp. That's all it is.
Yeah.
Because the basically what the bracelets do, if they go to red, which you would have VSS, but basically what you would have seen, like with Pedro.
That was time, wasn't it?
Yeah, but we're doing barrel 4, but basically the whole.
Yeah, give me one.
Oh.
Give me 1 second. I think we want to cut to a break before we do
All right.
Barry 4.
Oh, cool. Pause it.
So it's a prime opportunity, so go ahead and pause that. But just as a reminder, we're going to take a very quick break while we get some things switched over real quick. As a reminder, your subs, gift subs, Amazon Prime subs, and bits cheered on the GDQ Twitch channel do help support our weekly hotfix content, so thank you very much for supporting our shows. We will be back in like a couple of minutes right after this quick break, so stay tuned. Hi everyone, welcome back to episode 9 of Never Before Seen. My name is AmberCyprian, and we have a Resident Evil set of runs tonight for our show. We have Desert Eagle, who literally just wrapped up Claire's full campaign in New Game Plus for Resident Evil Revelation 2. And Claire is staring at us a little sideways while we're gearing up for a very quick showcase of Barry Episode 4. Now, we've already talked a little bit about why Barry is the less desirable full game run. So one of the more popular individual levels for this game is Barry Episode 4. So Desert Eagle is kind enough to show us Barry's gameplay and show the end of Barry's campaign. That way we have a little more closure. So that said, take it away, Desert Eagle.
I'll go ahead and just get to the countdown here, because we're going to be walking for a little bit. So go ahead and do 3, 2, 1, go.
Every time I see Claire in that thing, I just think of Hungry Eyes. I was literally thinking that the entire time I was staring at that. Oh my god.
You're not hurt, are you?
Oh god.
No,
Yeah,
I just got
so
the wind knocked out of me.
Here's Barry.
You know
he
where
has his
Wesker went?
trusty Magnum.
It's called a
Alright.
python in this
We
game.
better double back up.
Little Colt Python.
That building might be
Because
a way
they
up.
stopped
So-
using the official
Let's
names
start
after a
heading
little
in that
bit.
direction.
That's true. Yeah, so not a whole lot different in terms of how you play the game kind of overall.
Ish.
But as we talked about earlier, Natalia's a bit less useful.
And she's super slow,
and
and
slow.
her AI is some of the worst in the entire series. Because
And
sometimes
yet
she
it
refuses.
cooperated there.
Good for her. Don't worry, I wonder if you're gonna have this thing happen like last time you did this, where she'll just stand there. There's a lot of points where she'll just stand there and not listen to anything you say.
Like one of those
You're like,
cranes
okay,
into the
good.
road.
Oh,
We'll have
that's
to
okay.
climb up the
I
crane.
hope what happens in the marathon with Barry right here happens to me.
Oh,
That was just
it's
Barry was rude.
Yep, quite rude.
So we're gonna wait here for Natalia. We're gonna see how many times I call her Moira.
It's okay.
Okay.
Oh, he's
so
being nice.
Last time I did this, Barry decided the right thing to do would be to walk right off that platform right before I pull the switch. So that was
just
great.
stared at you
I'm
as he
still
did it.
absolutely,
Go ahead.
yeah, I'm still absolutely baffled by the fact that Barry is still wearing his STARS uniform from Resident Evil 1.
It's an alternate costume.
Well, it looks
Oh,
ready to
okay.
Yeah,
go.
he has like a
I think we can
backpack that
still
jiggles like violently, and it bugs me. But yeah, he normally has
Okay,
a
that makes
different
way more
outfit.
sense now.
Yeah, same
I
with
just thought he never
Claire.
went clothes shopping.
Yeah,
Wow.
there's
A little
also
busy, really.
Claire was wearing her ORC/Umbrella Chronicles outfit variants. She, yeah,
Oh.
that's another alternate costume.
You can, fun fact, you can dodge into the abyss right there. Oh,
No!
I was too busy thinking about dodging into the abyss.
It's okay.
So have some
Barry
fun.
just taking a tumble.
You're really high up.
Interesting fact: if
What am
Natalia,
I doing
Top
here?
of the world.
if Natalia jumps off, it just says she faints. It's good.
Oh, so Natalia is a Pokemon. Got it.
Yeah, like there's a part where sometimes, like where Deagle's kind of crossing over that thin platform. Sometimes she'll just not do it, and she'll slowly sit down, put each leg, and just jump right off. And you can't do anything, so you have to watch her do it. It just says she faints, and I'm like, that's cool.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, too distracted by everything.
At least there's a
Screwed
good
that up.
checkpoint there, thank God.
Kind of annoying, but you know.
Oh.
Just the realization of, oh, that platform's going without me was amazing.
Yeah, you can't glitch back onto the platform. You can glitch off of it, which sometimes I'll do. It's really jittery, but you can. But trying to get back on it, no. You're just better off just kind of taking that L.
This must be the way into the mine.
Run, Barry,
The
run.
falling animations in this game are amazing.
Oh, a lot of the animation in this game are very questionable.
Is your
I love
memory
them.
coming back?
It's hard to describe.
My favorite is when you get slapped and you have an upgrade move called Evade Cancel, so you can evade out of anything, basically.
It's okay.
And
These
you can
things
be like
take
flying in
time.
the air and just
Don't
go
push
to
yourself.
dodging, so it looks like the glitchiest
Have a
animation
year of
possible.
chasing
It's so good.
scraps. I
Now it's the
won't
time to get
stop
stuck. Oh, she
until
did
I
get
have
stuck.
all the
Good.
answers. Going down.
Good job. Why can't you do that for me, little girl? I hate you. Now let's just wait here. We're going to the dungeon of Alex, because Alex is still kicking.
It's coming from the bracelet.
The past will catch up with you.
So how do y'all feel about mines in games?
That is when you will die.
Say that one more
Oh,
time.
sorry, I might have mumbled it. How do
That's
y'all
the
feel
she-Wesker
about
over.
mines in games?
Don't you
Mines? Like
Together.
landmines?
We're
No, we're talking
stronger
about
than
like digging for coal mines.
Oh, depending on the game, they're either, really fun or, really
I can't just leave
awful.
Natalia.
Oh,
Follow
she's
me.
standing. Oh, she's standing again. Good for her. She ain't moving, honey. Yeah, we're getting to the mine section. I know no one that likes this section.
Follow me.
And it's one of those where you can't stay in the smoke too long or
Yes.
you'll die.
You'd better stay here.
And if you're playing
sweetie.
Natalia,
Oh,
she
great.
has a shorter breath than Barry. That's good
Oh,
times.
You're
even
up
better.
first.
Yes, because she's a little girl. Makes
All right.
sense, right?
Yeah,
Hold
smaller
your
lung
breath
capacity.
As long as you can.
Yep.
You don't want this crap in your lungs.
But God, is it annoying. Oh, when I first played this section, I hated it because there's a lot of twisty turns. They basically want you to get lost here. I thought you guys were gonna be bold and run through them. I'm like, do it. You're doing it wrong already, but do it. I know there's a lot of sections in the mines where you have to turn on power so you can open the door. And this is like one of them, and then you have a few others. Well, one more, then you have to get a key guard for something else. That zombie's coming for you, man. Thankfully, this section has a lot of areas where you get air, so you should be fine. And again, if Natalia, if the AI, Natalia ends up staying in there too long, it thankfully won't, like, bite you. Now, Barry does. Barry's another situation.
Just look for a way
He'll
down.
generally die from that. So those are the reference right there, the little, the last guy that he shot. The rockets sometimes won't kill them immediately because in order to kill them, you had to hit the weak point, like the little bolt that came there.
Oh.
You either fire will kill them, or you have to shoot the weakness, or throw a brick at it if you so desire.
At least you can see the,
And this is Natalia's weird power of seeing enemies.
you can at least see the weak point on like regenerators in Resident Evil 4 when you don't have that scope.
Yeah.
By the way, those are like my biggest fear in Resident Evil games. Heck those.
They never really bothered me, but they are quite jittery, so I'll call them jitters. Oh, that looked what in the
Hello. He wants to go for a ride on the thing.
The little box. Yeah, the referents are really annoying. That's another thing. The referents are a lot more aggressive, a lot faster, and they will get in your way at any point they can. I hate them.
Oh yeah. Yeah, they're the worst thing
Oh,
ever.
hi. There's that slap. And if you get too spicy on that air deagle, you can at least jump on that box and get some little air juice. That's Natalia.
I'm waiting for her to
Natalia.
get hit right about there.
Oh,
Yep.
there it is.
Yep.
By
There
the way,
it is.
Natalia takes 100 years to do anything. Believe in her.
Oh yeah.
Hang on to this key. You never know.
Should be nice to you.
A lock.
Will the Reverend be nice to
I
you?
can't just leave
I
Natalia.
can't
Oh,
just
come
leave
on.
Natalia. There we go.
I didn't want
Can't
to check
just
the
leave
door.
Natalia.
Leave the child.
I was trying to
okay.
run up to the door and I triggered it.
That happens sometimes, to be
That's a
fair.
ventilation system.
By
She
the
was at,
way,
like,
you
so-
can.
You might
Oh, go
clear
ahead.
out the
Go ahead,
gas
Deagle.
for us.
I was gonna say you have to be at like less than 30 meters
Yes.
separation to get through the door, and she was at 31 when I hit the. Oh, what am I?
My
doing?
favorite's when
This
they are
side,
at
please.
30 when you do it, and then immediately go to 29 right when you press it. That's my favorite.
Uh huh.
Yep. Good stuff.
Good times.
By the way, you got that key guard. You can turn on the little elevator and you go down. Yeah, if you go down, you're gonna die because you don't have the air ventilating. So you will just drop dead. You need this, and you need to cause the little air circulation to go, so you don't breathe very poisonous gas. Oh, hi, how you doing?
Oh, hello. Hi.
Excuse me.
Aren't you precious?
Just stay there.
Yeah, I hate them. Oh, we're getting to the mop head. That's not his actual name, but he's mop head to me. He's that.
He just ran up behind you and was just like, you missed me?
No, there's mop head.
Not at all. We don't miss you.
Sometimes Mophead will be very mean as you run past him both towards and back. He has an instant kill, and yeah, it's fun. I love it. It's pretty good.
Yeah, he'll do it.
Oh, he'll do it. He's done it to me quite a bit. And the thing is, by the time you know that he's doing it, when he kind of does a certain scream and animation, it's already too late.
Right, so I'm gonna go refill Barry's air real quick. So we, don't die. That's kind of ideal. Here's Moira. He'll figure it out.
Ah, yes, Moira. Totally not Natalia.
Yeah, that's her-
See,
that-
I told you I
that's
was
my
gonna
daughter.
do this.
No, technically, she does become Barry's daughter later. They adopt her, in the good means
Oh.
ending. I know. So now they have 3 children.
Told you I'd do that at least once.
Oh, it's fine. I've probably done it before. I don't remember.
Barry's just the dad of Resident Evil.
He is. He's precious.
Pretty
He is
much.
a good man. He deserves all the love.
All right, let's
Now
see
we
if
got
we
the
get this derpiness.
We got the vent going. Well, will she get stuck?
It
Natalia,
worked. We can get
It's
through
okay,
now.
don't rush.
be good.
We can get through now. You can please come over here.
We did it. So yesterday I had her just like
Why
standing
does Wesker
on the
have
other
it?
side of this fence right here, just looking at me.
I don't know.
I'm like,
I was
come on,
for a while before I
any day now. Oh,
Natalia
this
is such a...
unshot medallion here, that's for Aster. I just want to point that out to him.
Oh,
He's
yeah,
very
this...
mad that I haven't shot them all.
Yeah, there's collectibles. You got the medallions, you have the invisible bugs with Barry, then you have those random, like, glowy drawings as Claire. By the way, he's dodging to the side because he's faster than running with Natalia. Anyway,
Nope.
yeah, there's collectibles. Aster was getting on to Deagle for not having everything. And then I proceeded to tell Aster on PS4 and PC version, because I bought this game multiple times because I'm insane. Reload the rocket like a shotgun. Basically, I had a glitch happen to where I got all the drawings as Claire, but it proceeded to give me the achievement for getting all the bugs as Barry. Because I don't know why it does that. It was good. Good meme fun. So how do you like RE1 references? I sure do. The mansion's really cool though. It's a good area.
Nice place to set up
Oh, yeah.
house.
Yeah, this part's kind of fun.
I wish I could live here.
Oh, I wanted to throw that more to the left. Get out of my way! He's very mad at that bottle.
Oh, you got the other one to come out though. That's somewhere around that corner.
That works, I guess. Hopefully they stay out there.
It's better than New Game where I just had them both chasing me down this hallway. Oh, hey.
Like this?
Taking the devil! Hi! Oh, they want a hug. Oh, nice dodge, actually.
I can't just leave. Follow me!
Trigger the door!
Oh my god, the references are so good. Oh my god.
Created them.
Okay.
Alright.
There are a little reference here. They're combined with Ouroboros and the T Phobos virus for phobia. Her. Anyway, yeah, you can unleash them. You can just shoot them, and they'll come for you. Don't
Yeah,
do
we're
that,
gonna leave those
obviously.
guys in the glass case there.
Now, in higher difficulty,
just hang
some will
out there.
actually come out naturally. Casual.
Oh, I know.
Casual, I
I
don't
found
care.
that out.
Oh, you did.
Mm-hmm.
Good. I hope they gave you a good
For the
hug.
longest time, I thought they could have done that on casual, so I was always worried about them when running. And then I noticed they never came out. I'm like, okay, cool. I don't like these guys.
So who's ready for some invisible bug memes? There.
Invisible bug?
Thankfully, they.
Right.
Barry gets most of the invisible bugs. They are usually in the same area, so you can shoot them and move on without having to have too much trouble. Oh, I'm glad he's still eating that wall. Good for him.
Oh,
Oh, right, you got that hit.
Thanks.
Okay, are you gonna get the good
That's
RNG?
cool.
There's two sections where this little key can be. It can either be in this one, which is the good RNG. You didn't get good.
Yay.
No, that. There we go. There we go. Yeah, that's random, whichever it can be in. It's really annoying.
Yeah, good fun.
Gotta have some RNG. Hello, how are y'all doing? Natalia can thankfully not be
Natalia's just-
grabbed in this. She cannot be grabbed because they didn't want to bother
Will I get
animating.
bugged?
Woo, yo! I hope that.
hello. Give him a hug.
You need to be. You
That's
need to
the
be careful.
one.
You need to be careful. Okay. Oh. Now they're out. They're out. Let's go.
That's okay. They
Well,
can
I'd
hang out
rather
over
have that situation than the bug about to hug you, because the bug kind of has a
there. I
weird.
like bug hugs.
The bug has a weird like effect on the screen, where the closer it gets, the more like trippy it kind of becomes, and that's when you know it's super close. And if it gets too close, you're like, "Welp, gotta throw something here, or I may die."
Yep.
Now
Well, I
back.
actually don't know. Do the bugs, are they attracted to the decoys? Or are they just
They don't
the
care.
most
from what I
terrible thing
recall.
ever?
They don't care. Now, if you throw a smoke grenade, I thought you had a referent right there. I was really confused because that would have been really random. But no, if you throw a smoke grenade, they can't attack you though, and they can actually go and knife them because there's actually a trophy for knifing one of the glass, as it's called. Yeah.
Just stay there.
Okay.
Okay.
Good. A lot of key cars.
That's not really where I wanted that to go at all.
Usually the smoke grenades are make it to where they're undetected, but sometimes it just doesn't care. But he didn't give you a hug.
Woo!
Oh, baby.
Nice.
No bug hugs, or no revenant hugs there.
They're such annoying enemies. I do not like them. And they will do it often. They will run and grab you. Because there's a lot of areas where you have to run with like 5 of them around you, and you're like, I hate this. Please go away.
You must
Now
be
I hope you like
exhausted.
kill sections, because we
break.
have to kill everything.
I'm okay,
here.
Barry. Thanks anyway.
In higher
times.
difficulties, there's more enemies here. Well, and most of them are invisible enemies too. But this shouldn't be too bad.
Now let's remember to actually hit this first.
No.
Okay.
Waste a
now
minute.
we can go up here.
Waste a minute, do nothing. It's like those slingers. Also, that's another thing with slingers. You, in order to kill them, you have to shoot their weak point, or they will not die. Not enough flashing lights.
There's a little bit of flashy here. It's mostly in the distance, but... Oh, bug's up here. They get him? We got him. Now there's more of these jerks. Missed this guy.
I think he just spawned not too long ago.
Get him? Well, we'll see if he starts running over here, I guess. There he is. Okay, I missed him.
Hang in there.
I was gonna say, 'cause you should be getting around those.
Yep. He's dead. We got the other revenant here.
Eventually you
Come
get
on.
Mophead. In new game,
And
it's...
now Mophead should come up.
There's thankfully fire barrels around here, which should help immensely with killing them. Because the that little dude right over there, it takes way too much damage. And yes, his little droopy things, the dreadlocks, they will block most of your hits. It's great. I hate it.
Good times.
For the person asking in chat, no, it is not a glitch. This is New Game Plus.
Wait, what's a glitch? It's for the rocket?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's not a glitch that gives infinite rockets. The
Alright,
infinite
get
rocket
in.
launcher is a very common like bonus you get for beating Resident Evil games.
Except in 6.
Yeah, except in 6. But it's a very common unlockable in most Resident Evil games.
How you get it in Rev 2 is by beating the entire game in under 3 hours. And you'll get it as an
Oh, wow.
unlockable. You had to buy it though. Like you had to use your brownie points to buy it. Same with the costumes and a few other things.
Okay.
I hope you like this weird
Creepy
area.
doll hallway.
Yeah, I hate it. Thanks.
You know it?
Alex has
Oh God, yeah.
Alex has a lot of issues with dolls and really hates the little girl. Don't worry, I do too. Because speedrunning has made me definitely not like Natalia.
We get to crouch and walk and recover stamina.
That was the weirdest animation on that doll. What in the world? Here's a force thing
Let's
right
go ahead
here.
and get caught. Yep.
Yep, caught
every
around
time.
that corner. It's a good corner.
That rock is so hard to, like,
To be fair, Resident Evil has never been the greatest with
They
corners.
got
Have you
against
seen RE5 120? You could be like 10 miles away from a
Oh,
corner
God.
and that thing is coming for you in your sleep.
Alright, so we got the last boss coming up. There'll be some flashy bits, not as bad as Neil earlier, but we'll have a bit.
This is the
As soon
final.
as you see her drop, we'll get a little bit of it.
Yeah, this is the technical final boss. If you're doing bad ending, you still got a little bit more to go. And we're gonna use the smoke to see where she is. This is also RNG of where she will be and like which vent. Hello, this is Alex. She's quite cute. She does not care about you. She's dead.
And that should be it.
Now we
All
got.
right, flashy bits done.
Now we got New Game Plus coming up. Or not New Game Plus, Good Ending, excuse me. Derp.
Well, I'm actually gonna let this cutscene play for you guys, because if you're a Resident Evil fan, this has some great fan service.
There's a line here that everyone adores.
And if you don't like bad words, you might want to plug your ears.
And this is the good ending, right?
Yes, we're doing Good Ending. Yeah, if Moira didn't come here, basically Alex would have choked Natalia. And then became, her mind would have been transferred to Natalia. Because she made Natalia fear death.
Okay.
Yeah, because she basically wants to transfer her mind to Natalia by having her have fear, which is the whole reason why she has those little bracelets. Try to see who has the best, like, mental fortitude for the mind transplant.
You did all this for me?
Super derpy.
So those wormy bit things that you saw coming out of her, those are the Ouroboros from Resident Evil 5.
Oh, great.
Yeah, she got the samples. Good fun. Also, this is on an island randomly, so we're in, like, close to Russia. There's a lot of documents written in Russian. Go! We must be free from the, weird thing.
So Moira there, that's like post-Claire 4, right?
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, so the entirety of Barry's chapters take place 6 months, I think?
Yeah, 6
after
months
Claire.
afterwards, yep.
So you do this, if you play through it normally, you do a constant, like, 6 month back and forth jumping.
Yeah.
Okay.
And it's not mentioned at 6 months after until, like, chapter 3 or 4 of Barry with his. And
Yeah.
but you'll be able to see Moira's side if you played the struggle of, like, surviving, like, the 6 months with Old Man Jenkins. Hey, there's Claire.
Oversee this.
With her new short dude going on.
Oh, I was gonna say, Claire looks like Ada there.
Oh, that's a
What is Ada doing in this game?
That's a common thing. Do not worry. That is very common.
Moira, I'm so sorry. You were in
And
trouble.
you came back
I
with
don't
the
know. I
chopper
guess
and
she's like, I need a
sniper rifle.
haircut.
That's fucking awesome. So
Right
shut up.
now.
All right. Almost time for
Come
the
on.
fan service.
Gotta. Forgot it's like nearly close to the end of this
Let me
cutscene.
take care of this.
Let me take care of this.
Are you sure you don't need me, Barry? I mean, Dad.
I'll always need you. But for now, I have this.
He said the thing.
Go.
He said the thing. Hooray!
All right.
Now, if you're
So
playing
if I remember how to
co-op,
do this right,
oh, go ahead.
I'm not gonna shoot him as Claire or shoot her as Claire, because I want her to get into that cave as quickly as possible, so I can shoot a few rockets with Barry.
Yeah, it's a
So we're just gonna
damage
let him
threshold.
chase. You can do this, if I recall correctly. You can finish him off with Claire here,
I've done it
right?
now.
Come at
Yeah,
me.
you can finish
But
that.
I definitely have not done this fight enough times to say that I can do that right now.
That is how you okay.
So we're gonna kill some time here.
Run, Forrest, run. Now, if you're doing co-op, couch co-op, one person would be Claire, the other person would be Barry. It's really disorienting.
Stay away from her, Barry. I'll
She has
cover
this.
you.
We're gonna ignore it.
Yep. Maybe we'll shoot this barrel down here.
Crushes the game.
In before. All right, so she's about to head into the cave, so we're gonna rocket her a couple times here.
There we go. The thing is, Barry
Or-
can
you know
die.
what? Barry has this.
I'll say Barry can.
Barry has this.
Barry can't die in here, so you need to be careful if you're playing like casually, like nothing like this.
Hello? There we go.
You stunned her, and you did her stun animation.
should be good, right?
Yeah, you need to leave the cave. Because you have to kill her with Claire. Like, you have to kill her with Claire. With the rocket right here. It is a single fire rocket. Don't miss. Is she coming out? You good? There we go.
Here we go. That is time.
GG. That cutscene was kind of badass, not gonna lie.
I figured that cutscene's, worth watching.
I'll always need you, but I have this.
Yep.
But seriously, thank you so much for showing off, being willing to show off Barry episode 4.
Good deal.
Because it kind of brings a sense of closure
Here, Saga
for anyone who's just like, what the heck's going on?
Yeah.
Yep.
But, yeah, where can the lovely people in chat find you? If they want to find out more about you or more about the community, like, what do you do besides Revelations 2?
Oh man, well, I'm not gonna even attempt to list all the different games, but a lot of the Resident Evil games I do. Some Zelda, Mario. We'll stop there.
Look, Moira.
Yeah, my Twitch,
I know I should have let
Desert
you
Eagle
handle
417, pretty much everywhere.
okay.
Discord,
I gave you
Twitter,
plenty of
Twitch,
reasons to worry.
anywhere you want
held
to
your
look
own
for
out
me.
there, Moira.
And you'll
Of course
see
she did.
more of
She's
this.
a
I'm gonna be
fucking
hopping
bird.
back on RE6 pretty soon, doing Ada runs. That's my deal there. But yeah, this'll definitely make its appearances more and more. I still have goals with it, but I gotta shout out
So,
RE
What are you gonna
speedruns
do
as
now,
well,
Barry?
where we do a lot of Resident Evil events like tournaments and marathons. So if you guys are interested in that, I'd recommend
Go back to being a
giving the
farmer.
channel a follow as well.
Yeah, and if you want to take a look at the leaderboard for both this and the game we're going to be featuring up next, which is Resident Evil 6, the leaderboards are there on from SRC. And also Richard, our wonderful tech, just linked look at all these games and linked Desert Eagle's user page. You can see all the things that Desert Eagle has done. So definitely take a look. Follow his channel. Follow Solus Persona as well. Or Solus Person as I have typoed it.
I'm now calling you that forever, I hope you know.
That's okay, Dougal.
So this is not the end of the show though. We do have the two of these wonderful people who are going to be showcasing Resident Evil 6 New Game Plus Leon
So, he's in China
momentarily. So we're going to take a quick break, but before that I do have a couple of announcements. Just a reminder that information on all of our hotfix shows is available at gamesdonequick.com/hotfix, and then from there you can find out more information about submitting your runs to any of our weekly shows. And if you are feeling generous, your subs, your gift subs, your Amazon Prime subs, and any bits cheered on the GDQ Twitch channel do help support our weekly hotfix content and allow us to continue providing this for you. So thank you very much for supporting our shows.
Excuse me.
So we're going to take a few minutes
Paulie, you see my jacket over there?
for a break just to get our next run set up, and stay tuned for Resident Evil 6 by Solus Persona. Good evening, everyone. Welcome back to episode 9 of Never Before Seen. My name is AmberCyprian, and we have Solus Persona ready to run Resident Evil 6. But just a moment, I just want to take a moment to remind you all, if you have a game or know someone who runs a game that has never before been seen in a mainline GDQ event, that would be AGDQ, SGDQ, or GDQx event, feel free to submit it to the show. You can type in NBS, like I'm going to in chat, and use the link that's provided there to send me your runs, and I would love to have you on board. Or tell your friends. Go on Twitter, tell your friends, like, hey, you run this game that's really obscure, you should give to Amber. They'll show you, they'll show it to everyone. And that's just kind of what I like to do. But anyways, I'm gonna go ahead, turn it over to Solus, who is now taking the seat as the runner, while Desert Eagle sits back and relaxes on commentary. Take it away, y'all.
Alright, this is the actual... Interesting fact, this is the game that got me into speedrunning and started speedrunning it because, as everyone knows, this game is a really mixed bag within the community as a whole. Some people either adore it or they absolutely despise the ground it walks on. When I started running this, a lot of stuff was not put into runs or not optimized. I basically put in a lot of work into this game, and I'm always really happy to show it off to people. So it's been quite a thing to finally get it to this far where I can get into something with GDQ, so I'm super excited. And the fact is that this Leon's also the main campaign I run, so I'm really excited to show it and hopefully kind of get people more into like maybe watching it or having interest in it, because I'm happy that some people are slowly getting to running this game more over the years. It's like Deagle. Deagle now runs this a bit.
Yeah, all 4 characters, or all 4 scenarios. One of them is a life choice that I deeply regret, but the other 3 are fun.
Yeah. We won't talk about that one. We might actually mention it a little bit, but we're going to be going for the easier one. It is super long, by God. It is the longest campaign in this game, but hopefully we'll have a good, fun time throughout all of this. Alright, and the count of 3. Let me actually wait. I forgot. Let me get into this real quick. Everything good? Okay. 3, 2, 1, start. All right. Compared to Rev 2, we will be skipping every cutscene. All cutscenes will be skipped because they take up ITT. Because I feel like some stuff they were trying to fix with 5, with a lot of people restart spamming. Yes, I know I'm not connected to the network, thank you. It's going to tell you that every time. So they're like, let's see if we can make it to where people don't restart spam. So everything counts for ITT now. So I sadly can't show you like little derpy cutscenes and a bunch of weird funny stuff. Now, by the way, if there's any questions or anything people would like to ask me, we got about 8 minutes of linear scrolling, so it'll be probably a good time to ask some questions here and there, if anyone has any.
So you actually, right before we went back live for like off the break, you were both talking about how tanking your graphics settings for this game actually makes it better. Can you talk a little bit about why you want to run this on low settings?
Basically, when it comes to this game, I'm going to eat this door real quick so she follows me correctly. Oh no, she didn't follow me correctly. Good for you. This game, and this is a co-op game like RE5, because there's around the time where everyone was like, co-op, yes, we want all of that. We want the money. So, you want to keep it at low settings because it makes the AI generally follow you better.
You think anyone survived?
It basically makes it run smoother. It's not 100%, but it does make it work better. I can definitely run this game on high settings and it'll be a-okay. But we're going to be running on low because Helena will hopefully listen to me when I want her to come to me. Thankfully, unlike RE5, we don't have to give her ammo. She generally will not die, so we don't have to babysit her as much. But we do need her to come to doors, because this game is very strict on certain co-op doors. There is a campaign, only one, that technically doesn't have co-op. You can do co-op with that character with Ada's campaign, but it's strictly solo. So you don't have to really worry about AI except for very few points. And most of the time it's just you kind of running it. A lot of people that tend to run this game either go for Leon or Ada.
And you just explained why I run Ada. I don't like dealing with AI partners.
You get to learn certain minor like movement details that generally will make the AI a little bit more consistent. Not always, but it does help a bit. Like I said, like earlier, sometimes they don't want to listen. They're just going to do whatever they want. Isn't that right? Yep. Me too, Mullet. But literally, we have like 8 minutes of just following this good old man to his daughter.
I thought you were about to whack him with like a baseball bat or something when you went to switch your inventory.
I mean, you can't. He's invincible, so we can't do anything to him. That'd be great, though. I do have a knife. I could shank him.
You got a nice little movement boost there off of him.
Yeah, you can basically kind of get pushed off of him. We want that later on. We want the good stuff later. Hopefully I should be able to do it. We're gonna run past him. It's close to me. But most of this is literally just waiting for this man to get to one spot or the other.
Also, someone in chat asked, what's your favorite campaign? And that could be either casual or speedrunning. I assume for speedrunning it's Leon.
Leon's my favorite in general.
Okay.
Yeah, I just prefer his campaign. Probably my least favorite is Jake. Nothing but Jake. I don't like speedrunning Jake. I didn't like him casual when I first played. Now for speedrunning, Jake has a lot of RNG to it. A lot of stuff where you have to hope for enemies and stuff to work with you. And it's not fun. Leon kind of has the less bit of RNG. And I'm also waiting the spot so this guy can activate the next sequence. Also, the thing I'm doing here, there's two names for it. It's either weapon switching or recoil canceling. It makes it to where you can rapid fire weapons. You should be able to. Because with the Magnum, you have this recoil, and you have to wait a bit. But if you weapon switch or side switch, because this game allows you to freely switch left or right, you could just become a machine gun with a Magnum. Because that's always great.
I enjoyed that kick there.
Oh, yeah, I do it so I can nudge through and move
that
closer.
Makes sense.
Yeah. Helena has a bit of
Also,
a better
kicking
one.
this guy's always nice.
You all right?
It's okay. He's only breathing heavily.
I will be.
Clearly not a sign he's probably gonna die later. Let's go.
I called her cell, but we got cut off. I know she's here.
See, Helena's just running to the wall for a minute. Good for her. I'm proud. We're gonna eat.
So normally when I run this campaign, I run it as Helena. And that part right there is a little bit annoying.
Need to get the elevator.
So Solus was, standing at certain places around that room to get this guy to do the, go to the places he needs to go to advance this part.
Get the hell out of here.
If you run as Helena, you get to rely on the AI to do that for you, which is great.
We're gonna set a gift for me later. We'll come back to it. It's a gift for me.
This way.
Oh my goodness. I'm just like very amused by these animations right now.
Oh, it's so good. Because we're literally going to be walking for quite a while. We still got a little bit. All right, we're gonna.
So,
Also,
the first time I saw that
Go ahead.
was when Solus and I did a co-op run of this. And she started doing that while walking in front of me, and I was pretty much dying the entire time.
I'm also calling Helena to follow me in certain sections because it prompts the AI to move quicker. Because a lot of times the AI will stand there and stare at you, go like, huh? I can go here? You sure can. Hello, this is Liz. She's pretty cool. Hello. We're gonna do a funny, weird
So she
thing.
looks pretty hurt.
It's a flesh wound. It should be okay.
This way.
Okay.
We're gonna watch something really dumb in a second. Come here.
They already got out. This way.
Leon's arms just... Oh my goodness.
How do we get out of
They
this
don't
place?
look like they're attached to his body.
No one's arms in this game are attached to their bodies. It's okay.
This way.
Have you seen Chris in RE5? That man don't have arms. It's just it's just machinery glued to him. By the way, you can't get the AI to move any quicker. They'll literally teleport to two bodies in the back. But I like to show off that little weird thing because I love seeing them just slide halfway across the screen. It's pretty
Let's get
great.
this out of our way.
All right, let me switch to the remote bomb. We're gonna sit there and stare at Helena. Look at her. She's doing the good. Doing the absolute good. Now we're gonna sit here and wait for a minute. Ah, the
Yeah, this would most definitely be the part where we say read donations.
Oh yeah, it's like just get a whole bunch of like big donations out of the way. Unfortunately, there's not a whole lot of announcements I have, but I do have I like, if you don't mind, a quick self-plug for another GDQ show that I host on Sunday, every other Sunday. So following up a Never Before Seen episode, that same Sunday, I host Speed Seasons. And Speed Seasons is, I'll go ahead and type the information here in chat. Speed Seasons 3 is an open style tournament, almost like a league cut to a bracket style. It's a competitive event open to anyone to join. We reveal a game every week, or every other week technically, and you have those 2 weeks between shows to learn it. And if you do learn it and you want to compete in the race, you can either do so without having to be on the show, or if you want to be on the show, you can sign up to do that. Check out all of the information on speedseasons.com there. We had our first race a couple of weeks ago. It was Super Mario Bros. 2, and it was great. And we revealed that we're doing Doom this coming Sunday. So we've had some runners who have been learning the game over the last couple of weeks that are going to be racing that and showing it off.
Which variants?
Which Doom? The original Doom.
Okay, I was gonna say there's many variations of the original Doom. Like, which one? By the way, I ended up messing that up. I ended up doing it a little too early, but you basically want to blow up your character into the elevator, so you can trigger this
nice
cutscene.
Nice little boost.
It is. I've been trying to do faster, so I've been trying to do a little bit early, and I tend to mess it up when I do a little bit early. Now we're hoping Helena will be nice to us. I like when she's nice to me. Come here. Okay, you're actually nice to me. Come on. Now we got another walking section for a little bit. Well, at the beginning of Leon's chapter 1, it's like, do you want to walk? And I'm like, thank you, I really don't, but we're gonna have to walk.
Yeah, this whole school section here, this is that Ivy University?
Yes, it's a reference to the university that Phoenix Wright went to, I believe, from the Phoenix Wright series.
If this thing is spreading gas,
I did not know that.
Do you play the Phoenix Wright series? I don't think you do.
I don't, but I have a friend who has relentlessly talked to me about it, so I may as well have.
Let me tell you the entire story of Phoenix Wright real quick. You're like, oh, great.
Pretty much.
This way.
I'm here, follow me.
I don't think you did it right there, but one thing I really like about this game is the quick shooting, which is you press the aim and the shoot button at the same time, and you do a like quick aim and shoot at, I think it's supposed to be the nearest enemy.
It's supposed to, but the auto targeting's a little bit janky.
Yeah.
It's this.
Yeah. So, like, if there's an enemy behind you, Leon will, like, basically do a 180 no-scope.
With the Magnum, because that's what we do.
Yeah, with the Magnum.
I'm here, Helena.
But, pretty useful in a few places if it decides to work properly.
I decide not to trust it with my life. You can get Helena to run through those enemies. Most of the time she don't care, and she will attack them, because the AI in this game is very, very aggressive.
Yeah, there's lots of times when you're trying to run through stuff like that, and you're like, what the heck, where's Helena? And you see her, like, duplexing a zombie or something, and it's like, what are you doing?
Yeah,
We're trying to go fast here.
Yeah, this game also has, like, a lot of like ability to maneuver. You got sliding, you got rolling, like, of course you got the running. You do have a stamina meter on, like, Revelations 2, so you can at least see that, but you can run infinitely as long as you don't use up all your stamina bars.
The door's locked.
Yeah, this game, I think, of all the Resident Evils that I've run, at least the more modern ones, this one definitely has my favorite movement. It has a proper camera that lets you, run around. It's not tank controls. It's actual, like, 3D movement, which I think just makes this a lot better.
Is Rev 2 tank controls?
No, it's
Rev 2 has the same as this.
It's based off of the RE6 controls for a good chunk of it.
Okay.
It doesn't have as much of the like the sliding, the rolling and stuff, but it has more of the movement control of 6. Well, Rev 1 is based off the game of, like, the gameplay model of 5. Now this section is based also on kill count, so we're gonna try to kill everything, or kill as much as we can. If you take too long, the game will let you throw your bone and let you through. A lot of weird stuff in this game has you killing everything, but if you take too long, the game will throw a pity bone. And you'll be like, oh, okay, we'll let you through. I did that a little slow, but that is a-okay. Basically, you want her to start at the beginning of that line and be able to move, but I ended up not killing everything outside, but that's fine. In co-op, you should be able to do it to where she never sets the line, and it's pretty great. Alright.
So I guess one way you can describe the difference in controls, like RE6 is a very, very action-oriented game. Rev 2 is kind of like the same controls but less actiony.
It's trying to go for more stealth generally.
Yeah. So something I didn't do at all in that game is you can do stealth kills on enemies, and I absolutely did not do any of them.
You really don't need to, New Game Plus. New Game, it can be useful in certain sections, because if you stealth kill Reverend, it's an insta-kill, which is great.
This way.
Alright, is Helena gonna be mean? Oh, no, you're not being mean. Good for you. I'm so proud. You can also do freehand melees and stuff. Like, you have a lot of options. Let's do a slide. Sometimes you'll see me slide during, like, in-game cutscenes, because you still gain distance while the scene is going on, so you get a little bit of extra distance to it. You can do it, Helena. You did it. I accidentally bumped my mic, I'm sorry. I was trying to scratch my face.
You're good. I do the same thing all the time. I've punched my mic at the end of a show.
Oops. Amber just punching the crap out of their mic. Nope. Nope. You go away, Mike. Alright. This sequence is, the keys are in the same spot every time. We have to look at this beautifully, low textured glove box. PS3 days, my friends.
This part's really exciting as Helena.
Oh, you just sit there.
You sit there.
You also can't die here. Like, you literally can just sit there for like 10 minutes and you will never die. Also, we get to showcase Leon's a fantastic driver. Absolutely the best driver we have ever seen in a game.
There's a reason why he was in the back seat in the opening of Resident Evil 4 and not the driver.
Well, to be fair, they still crash later.
You know what? You're not wrong.
So basically, whatever car Leon touches dies, and we should be afraid.
The only car I can think of that he didn't crash is his Jeep at the beginning of Resident Evil 2.
But something crashed into it, so close enough.
No, that's a police car.
Oh yes,
The
the
Jeep
police
stays
car.
at the
Well,
gas
to be fair,
station.
the Jeep did blow up later.
Hanging in there. But we need another way to the cathedral.
Well, the Raccoon City blows up. That thing ain't leaving. That thing is not alive.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
That part's not his fault, though, in all fairness.
Well,
He didn't crash that car. He didn't blow it up.
well, the thing is, he was in contact with it, so that's the problem. He looked at it wrong.
Yeah, I mean, him being in contact clearly cursed the car, but he himself was not responsible for the crashing or exploding of that car. I'm trying to save face for Leon here.
I'm a huge Leon fangirl, and I will absolutely make fun of him touching a car. He deserves it. That and
Leon is
the
probably,
fact that
like-
he really, really, really loves a girl that won't give him like 2 seconds in a day sometimes.
Yeah.
I love their relationship, but
Yeah.
by God, please do something with it. I beg. Also, this is a running section. We don't worry about the AI here, because we can reset checkpoints later, and it'll bring the AI to us, which is all the good stuff. I'm glad I didn't get that glitch. There's a glitch that if you press it like at the exact, like a certain frame, you'll end up going into dying state while still doing the dodge. And it's great.
Zombie Express.
Doggies, don't touch me. I'm precious. Oh, nope, still touched. I ended up taking it a little too far to the left, but that's fine. Dogs.
Dogs.
Oh, they are quite memey. I did go too far to the left on that.
This way.
No, since we did that, Helena will be next to us, so we don't have to worry about her. But we still need to call her over.
I love watching zombies get bodied by these trains. It's
Sometimes
just
there's a zombie
really
that live.
nice.
It's pretty good. Also, always stay on the left side. If you go to the right side, they stay on the wall longer, and I don't know why that is a thing, but it's there.
This way.
Roger.
Helena.
That's okay, since we're recording, Helena's gonna be absolutely mean to me. We could do it, Helena.
I love watching that guy just dive across the screen there. One of my favorites.
Sometimes the pinky toe will touch Helena and she'll get grabbed. But thankfully that didn't happen here today. Oh, that's a door.
This way.
Please follow me. I beg. Alright, we do one more call, and then I'm gonna run. We're gonna do a spicy thing today. Actually, it's something I do every time, but a lot of newer runners do not do this.
My lucky day.
Because it's an instant death if you fail it, or something bad happens. Please don't touch me. None of y'all.
Look out! Train!
Running around at the speed of
Yeah, this you have to be firmly on the left side here. Even if it's like if you're off the clearly off the tracks.
Oh, the
if you're still
section's
kind
bad.
of on the right side of those fences or those poles in the middle, you'll get hit anyway because
The train's
why not?
hitbox is massive for some reason in this. I think I did miss it. Excuse me, I would like to jump down, good sir, and you're being extra rude to me. Alright. She is taking her sweet time.
I want
Good
to
for
have a
you.
look around
Now
in
come
there.
here.
Boost me up on top.
Just don't leave me behind.
Just like in 5, we have a lot of sections where you're gonna be separate. Not as... I'm trying to think, is it as many as 5? Not really. So a lot of them aren't that risky. At least in Leon's campaign. There might be a few in Jake I could think of that might be super bad if you're separate. Actually, there are a few in Jake that can definitely kill you if you're not careful. Now we're gonna continuously call Helena over here to the subway. If you're playing Helena like Deagle does, or if you're doing co-op, Helena will always aim here,
This way.
while Leon does not. If you play Helena, and if you either New Game or New Game Plus, you can get a first aid spray. And if you equip it, you'll be able to run through without any issues. Nice little thing there. For some reason, the first aid spray kind of breaks some of the animations. There's also a point in Chris' campaign where it force aims you, and if you equip the first aid spray, you do a sweet dab.
In this game, you can actually switch which handed aiming you have. You can switch between left and right-handed aiming. So all the characters, I guess, are technically ambidextrous in this.
And if you're talking about cutscenes, everyone's right-handed except for Pierce. Pierce is the only left-handed character in the game.
I need you to open this door!
He's actually in the
Never pay attention to
manga
cutscenes.
that precedes RE6. He is left-handed in the manga as well. But everyone else is considered right-handed if you're going by actual things. But you can switch whichever hand. Left hand is considered a little bit slower in most instances. I just more comfortable with doing left. There is going to be a section where I stay right-handed in a chapter because it just has quicker aiming there. We're going to kill some of these, so Helena isn't mean to us.
Good, you made it.
Because again, Helena will try and pretend this is WWE and
Everything
show off
will
her sweet
die.
moves.
Alright, let's
All these people hating on left-handed aiming
Keep your lines open in case.
generally stay left until unless it's like sections where it's just way worse.
Well, the thing is, if you're Leon, you're better off staying right-handed. Helena's better off staying left-handed because of where she is in certain positioning. So you kind of have to play by however that is. Now, my brain went blank what I was about to say. Good brain. Good brain, I love it. I know, it just...
My brain does that all the time.
Yeah, but if you're playing the co-op partner, you're better off being left-handed, and you'll be good. gonna do this weird little skip. It doesn't really do well in solo because the AI will still trigger it, but in co-op you can skip this cutscene coming up. This one right here. There's a few skips you can do here, but sadly they don't work in solo because the AI is gonna trigger them regardless. Because they are good cookies. You want a cookie, Elena? I sure don't.
This way.
I'm glad I got the stealth kit for you, bud.
Here's some good physics coming up.
Are you saying Capcom can't do physics? Have you seen RE5?
No, I would never say that. I would never imply that.
Good. I love it. Alright, let's go.
Only if we wait here. Come on.
Let me see if I can do this real quick. Oh, I messed up a little bit. You can get run over by that truck.
That way.
It's
Good
so,
times, right?
oh, it's great. It's such a weird animation.
Yeah, the game is on low settings. It helps the AI behave
pathfinding.
better.
Oh, trust me, I
Yeah.
rather not have it at low settings. It looks questionable.
Yeah, the game, even though it was a PS3 game, it doesn't look this bad normally.
No, this is yeah, it's literally running on PS3 graphics. It's pretty good. Well, it's gonna take some kisses, but it's gonna be okay.
Hang out over there.
She can stay over there. We're gonna trigger this
Damn it, it's
puzzle.
locked.
I don't know what to call it. This sequence. Oh, hey, how are you doing, Helena? Aren't you precious?
I mean, for RE6, I guess this is kind of a puzzle.
That play Ada's campaign for puzzles in quotations. All right.
I do play Ada.
This way.
All right. We want Helena to be nice and not block me. Sometimes she'll block me at that door.
This way.
And we're gonna try to time this. There we go. If you time that just right when you open the door animation, you won't get grabbed. This game has a lot of iframes for a lot of moves. It's quite amazing how much stuff you can get away with because of it.
This way.
Alright, we want Helena to follow me here as well. We want her to be nice to me.
This one. That scream.
Please, buddy.
It's like nails on a chalkboard.
That shouldn't have
Yeah, you
hit,
gotta
but
love it
these...
when the zombies get in your way.
Me too. By the way, you can slide and shoot as you saw. The hitbox follows you through the slide when you shoot. It's pretty fantastic. We're gonna see Helena run to the ball for a minute. And leave. Good deal. Good girl. Let's go.
Up and over.
At least she got here. Sometimes she'll actually get caught there, and it's really obnoxious. Yo. Okay, cool. I got him. He can scream and cause you and Helena to get stunned. Like, not this scream, but another scream, because he can aggro enemies. And if he does this scream with enemies nearby, he'll actually end up killing them. Usually.
Yeah, that one near the door back there is just not nice.
This way.
Not now.
How much Helena RNG is in this run?
Lots. Everywhere.
Hey.
Anywhere and everywhere in a 5-mile radius. Let's go. Next chapter is going to be fun. That's a good bit of RNG coming up. Also, this area has the gas station that usually you'll see in RE2. Okay, cool. It's also based on kill counts to get to certain sections. A lot, like I said, a lot of this game is based on kill counts. You gotta kill a bunch of stuff. And you want to shoot the Shrieker in his little throat area when it's enlarged, so he can kill enemies there.
Get some assist kills there.
Yep, and we're gonna back up. If you're too close, the ambulance will kill you there. Except the few times where I've actually got ran over and I still lived because I break things I touch. We have a Magnum. Alright, we're gonna see if I can do this skip coming up. Probably not.
Someone shoot the
Nope,
gas.
I didn't.
We can blow these
Nope.
things to kingdom come.
So the idea there is you want to trigger that exploding cutscene. You want to be shooting the gas right when that dialogue
What do you think?
is supposed to come up, and you end up skipping it.
It's very tricky to trigger it. The my co-op
It's a lot
partner.
easier.
Go ahead.
Yeah.
Sorry.
I was gonna say it's a lot easier on co-op because you can have both people shooting at it.
Zach is actually a lot better. My partner for this, like the person I usually play co-op with, he's a lot better than I am at it. We're gonna do some good old
Who does he think we are?
text skip because it actually speeds this faster. Good fun memes. And this is another kill-based thing. Everyone loves RE4 Village. I sure do. But now we're in a gun shop.
Yeah, so we I mentioned earlier that Master likes to call the bar back in Rev 2 cabin version 2 or version 3. This would be cabin version 4. Since this is another, you're all holed up in a building and have to kill a bunch of stuff.
Yeah, you basically want to get to certain points, and then by the end of it, you want to have as much enemies killed around a certain radius to trigger going up to the old man yelling at us on the top. We're going to do a lovely little thing to make it more consistent, and that's going to be restarting a checkpoint, because it also restarts the enemies and where they're at. Oh, you're murdering things. Good job.
This game, you know, people have opinions on it, but I can say as a speed run, this has actually been like ridiculously fun.
That was a fun speedrun.
Aside from Jake is pain.
Jake has a lot, like I said, Jake has a lot of RNG too, and it makes him not that enjoyable.
Yeah. I mean, it's still not the worst thing I've ever run in my life, but it's the least enjoyable of the 4 to me. Other people actually really like it. I'm not here to tell them not to.
I'm gonna judge them. Okay. Yeah, basically right there, you restart so you can scatter the enemies, and you throw a fire grenade at the bloodshot, and then you throw a grenade at the window, and it'll trigger this guy calling you up. And it makes it super convenient. Oh, whoops, my camera. I'm gonna shut this window. I'm gonna need that window.
Nice work down there.
Leave. I'm sorry, Salad. I can't leave Jake alone.
No, I'll never leave Jake alone. Leave Brittany
That's why I
alone.
play as Sherry. To make it worse.
I was gonna say, that's a good way to make it worse. That's another thing similar to RE5. Majority of the time, the co-op partner will be slower. There's very few instances or stages where the co-op partner will be faster than the actual playable main character. This is another one based on kill count, by the way, and timing. If an enemy gets in this area, it will actually make the thing take longer. No bloodshot, back.
So, if I'm not mistaken here, all these enemies always spawn in the same order and from the same place.
Yes.
So as long as you know that pattern, you can keep killing them all quickly outside.
Okay.
Make that segment take less time.
Yeah. I'm gonna see if I can do this real quick. It's a really weird thing you can do here. It doesn't save time or anything, it just looks absolutely weird. Oh, nope, didn't work.
Nope.
That's fine.
I wonder if that's going to be a co-op.
It's mostly
thing,
co-op because of the lag and connection. This is a Whopper.
Yeah.
That's literally what they're called. Whopper and Whopper Supreme. The one that has like the red on his shirt is a Whopper Supreme. He a big boy. Don't shoot him immediately because he has iframes.
This way.
He do not care. I want more fire grenades, so come here, good sir.
I can never understand why he actually unlocks and opens that door for you.
I don't care. I need those grenades when I do new game. Give me those grenades. Alright. Now, if you pay attention to Helena when this cutscene comes up, you'll see her kind of dash backwards a bit. Now, this isn't timed or anything, by the way. You're just, like, not timed. Kill counts doesn't matter. It is timed. So you just kind of have to wait.
Be more dead.
Oh. Let's just see what cool thing. In here. I'm just gonna wait here. That's another thing. This game has counters. Come on, will you let me do it?
Yeah, so something that this game kind of wants you to do when you're playing casually are all these like melee attacks and counters and stuff like that.
Great for New Game.
Which,
New Game Plus not so much.
oh yeah, New Game Plus, it's almost unnecessary.
Alright. We want Helena to be nice. Yes, by nice, we're gonna have to probably push her. Come on. If you don't push her down here, it will take longer. So we just push her like a very, very much. Okay, cool, I didn't stun her. Because she needs to be down here to trigger this next sequence. 3 times, we did it. We did it. You just have to stagger him 3 times before the end of this whole sequence, and you can move on. Alright, we're gonna switch skills right here. New Game Plus has a lot of skill switching. Go ahead.
I was gonna say, you do the weapon weapon switching to quick fire. I personally prefer the shoulder swapping. I just have an easier time actually getting it to work.
It's just the aiming is off.
Yeah. If you play on keyboard and mouse, it's just much better and easier. If you're on controller, you click the right stick, which is, of course, your camera stick, which can cause some aiming means, so you just have to be prepared for that. And you are still gonna, the cursor or reticle is still gonna move up as you shoot. So you're kind of like shoulder swapping and countering that at the same time.
Which you still do with weapon switching a dash, but it's not as much. So this is the other vehicle Leon destroys in this game. A bus. No, he doesn't drive it ever, but he touches it, so that's what counts. Leon destroys a lot of vehicles in this game. We're gonna see them all today.
Yeah.
And now I just wait. I need all the fire grenades. We will burn everything today. So who's ready for some RNG means with the AI? I sure not.
Yeah. For whatever reason, we're still alive.
Okay. We're gonna take an herb, which are Tic Tacs. There we go. And we're gonna place a lovely thing over here for a sequence later. There we go. And she fell.
I was just about to.
I heard it.
I was just about to talk about, like, there's holes in the ground here that you want to try and avoid. But Helena is, or AI Helena is very
That was
smart.
weird. That was super weird. That was.
Good work.
That
Of
was
course,
really weird on my end.
yeah, I got a couple dropped frames through
Yeah,
Discord.
I saw that too. Let me know if everything's still okay.
Looks fine again for me.
Okay, cool. Yeah, if it gets real bad, let me know. Okay.
I guess there are
And
worse
we just
things
blow it
than
up for
chasing a
that.
dog through a cemetery.
You could be chasing us.
Normally they want
So
you to
there's
chase the dog around, but if you plant a remote bomb in a certain area, you can just blow it up immediately, and you don't have to worry about it, besides just running down here.
Yeah, I always forget where this is. So I usually run up to the dog here and then do a quick shot, which hasn't failed me yet. But now that I say it, I bet you the next time I do it, it will.
It probably will.
Yeah, I always forget where exactly I'm supposed to plant the remote bomb.
This way.
But there is another strat you can do, like, I can't remember which wall it is, but you can go up to a wall and look in a certain direction, and you can actually shoot that dog.
It has
I'm not
really
mistaken.
huge invisible walls, though, so it's a little bit finicky.
Yeah.
Also, another thing you see me do, which is sliding, it cancels out picking up, like, the key animations, and it also cancels a few stumbles here and there. So really fun. Like I said, the movement in this game is fun, it's interesting, it breaks the game sometimes, God bless its heart.
Okay, so the main difference here with New Game and New Game Plus, so of course, you know, you can get infinite ammo on, so infinite ammo for, it's tied to specific weapon types, and you have to equip the skill. The main thing for New Game Plus is, of course, you can build out your inventory with ammo and grenades and health items, but you can also load out up to 8 skill sets. And that's actually the big deal, because that's what allows you to get infinite ammo, to power up your weapons. So I think your Magnum does like 200% damage off of the standard Magnum. That there's 2 skills that you equip that both bump it up by 50%. So that's the main thing, is you know, the already having all the weapons and those skill sets. So unlike like RE4, 5, and the Rev games, there's no infinite launcher. Like, there's one rocket.
And it's at the end of this campaign. You can power up grenades, you can power up, like, doing some of the QTEs faster, you can power up your rifles, you can get to where you can power up your your guns immensely with no infinite ammo, like, you can do a lot of stuff with it.
We'll actually see the one about making QTEs easier and quicker. We'll see that 2 or 3 times? 2 times, I think. 3 and 4, right?
There's a spot in 4.
And then the other thing about not having infinite ammo, but like wildly increasing your firepower, we'll see that once, right? Or
2 times actually.
2 times? Oh,
Yes.
right. On the train, right?
Yep.
Yeah, so we'll see that 2 times. Yeah, don't mock Ada's campaign. It's the best one. My opinion.
Your opinion is a valid.
Solus will fight me on that.
It's the second best campaign, to be fair. I agree. By the way, that was all based on kill count. And sometimes the enemies will change into Bloodshots, which are the little red, meaty, muscle-looking dudes, and they take longer to kill, and I hate it. I'm gonna do a weird jitter run because Leon always does the jitter run there.
This way.
And now we have more puzzle area. And great, huge quotations. First, we're gonna pick up this. We gotta pick up Madonna.
You're right. There's more here than meets the eye.
So if you're playing as Helena, after you get tossed up there, there's a nice like cutscene skip you get to do with the fire grenade. And there are some as Leon, right?
Not many. Most of the grenade, which the reason why you also do get a lot of fire grenades, that in co-op you can cancel a lot of animations with, like loading in certain like in-game cutscenes and stuff. In co-op you can skip a lot of stuff and it makes it quicker. Leon doesn't have as many. Helena does have this one, like you're saying, where you read the sign, throw a fire grenade, it'll just cancel you out of reading that. Leon, you gotta do the old-fashioned way. You gotta punch your head into it. And eventually he'll figure out with his brain that you need both of you to come over here. We're gonna watch Helena. She's quite adorable.
Ada has just loads of them.
Yeah, if you want like the
over
most
the run.
technical, Ada's the most technical out of all of them. It's a really interesting run to watch and do,
Now we're getting
honestly.
somewhere. This way.
I tend to mess up certain things. It's fantastic. Also, I move before that in-game cutscene starts. With Leon, if you move beforehand, it'll play a cutscene revealing this doorway. And you basically can't move. Leon, you can just go ahead, skip it, and run towards here. Sadly, if you're Helena, even if you do that, it will not work. There's a lot of weird areas like that that cause that weird glitch. I don't even glitch. I don't know. Exploit? So there's a lot of weird programming. Our Lord and Savior Capcom will let us know about that.
This is gonna get a little bit dicey.
So,
We don't have time for this crap.
I forget the name you have for these guys. It's the L'Oreal twins. Is that it?
L'Oreal. Yes, they have such beautiful hair. Beautiful shiny hair. And it just never moves. Also, this is a set sequence. Both characters have it in the same area for each round. So if there's any questions, so if we can read it, it's gonna take a bit. Did I reload this? Okay, good.
Yeah, someone else is mentioning the Chris campaign. That one. I like Leon and Ada more, but the Chris campaign is quite fun, actually.
I like it more in New Game Plus. New Game has a lot, again, RNG,
Same.
where it annoys me with, if you want to go for a good time, there's a lot of heavy restart points. Including one that's in Jake that I absolutely adore. That will clearly not take me over an hour to get a run started because of it. Ow. Nope, none whatsoever. My eye itches. Now we wait for Helena to do hers. And then we can just meet at the store.
Okay, let's
The
go.
statues have laser sights and not a damn gun. I mean, you don't want your statues to have crossbows with laser sights?
Even if you don't
statues
have the
totally
laser, it turns
do
on
that?
automatically in this because of this puzzle. By the way, the reason I don't use laser sight in this game is because it's extremely inaccurate compared to the crosshair. Like, it's where you're aiming will not be where it's going to go. It's fantastic. It's similar to that in Rev 2 as well. If you use the the aiming reticule like that, little laser. Oh my God, Helena, please.
Yeah, you infinite GL for Chris. You basically use that almost the entirety of the run.
Yeah, there's a few areas where I don't do it as much because you got a high risk of killing yourself. Because the grenade launcher, if you're not careful, can kill you like in one shot. Like, it's super bad.
Yeah, that's a theme of especially when you're starting out with Chris runs. You'll do a lot of like, oops, I shot the wall. Oh, I'm in dying.
I'm dying slowly.
Oh.
There's a thing on the wall that tells you to shoot these little bells. I know what to do. We're gonna shoot them. You can shoot it with whatever weapon you want. I do the AK because it's a bit more consistent with the small bells because their hitboxes are weird. And this game tries to do bullet travel time, and it doesn't work correctly sometimes. It's pretty great. Oh, I did get a glitch. There's a lighting glitch sometimes where the lightning will flash at the point of that cutscene, and it just makes everything super bright. It's my favorite. Alright, we're gonna see La Petita coming up. I'm gonna switch things real quick, too. We gotta place these statues, but we're gonna do a pro move real quick. There we go. We're gonna shoot him wild real quick. I won't have infinite
Okay, so
ammo,
there's
but
three
I'll make sure
places.
I can kill things real quick.
Yeah, so shooting wild, which Solus just used here, is something that it takes away your reticle for aiming, or laser if you happen to have that on, but it doubles your damage?
It's 50% extra damage. Same with
Oh,
Firearm
so-
3.
Okay. So basically, she had 250% normal damage there, which just melts.
This game does have dynamic difficulty, so the better I do at this game, the more tanky everything will be. Oops, I'm going not the good direction. We're not doing the good. Here's this.
Yay, good stuff.
Yep, it's my favorite. Anyone that watches,
the numbers on the doors.
I almost did the wrong code. These codes are set, 210, 21, and 201 to get to where you need to go. You can open up all these doors, and you can get goodies and stuff. We don't do that. We just rush through.
So, DA, which we've mentioned a couple times here, it doesn't quite play the role that it does in RE4
or RE2 remake or 3 make.
Yeah. Like, I mean, it definitely affects things, and it's present in RE5 as well. 4 and 2 and 3 remake are where, at least as far as I can tell, where you see the biggest impacts. But what this is it's a gauge of how well you're doing in the game. So, like, if you're killing a lot of enemies, not taking a lot of damage, you have a higher difficulty adjustment. And basically, it makes enemies hit harder, spawns more enemies. Just, I think it might give them more health as well.
It makes them tankier. Capcom does a thing where it generally gives them more defense rather than like you basically take more damage. They are a bit tankier.
And actually, Salad brings up something here. RE5, it's very important in solo. RE7 actually as well. I think they've started routing in DA if they haven't before, especially for like knife-only runs. So in new game runs, a lot of time you're very concerned with that because you don't have the immense firepower, you don't have the infinite ammo. So it's kind of a resource conservation thing as well. But you'll often see, like, you know, taking a bunch of damage intentionally, times intentional deaths. You'll see this to really lower your DA. And I'm not sure how it functions in this game. Pretty sure in RE4 it zeroes out when you die.
It doesn't zero out. It takes out a certain amount. The thing is, if you die here, it still takes IGT. Like the entire death animation, the continue screen loading back in, it takes IGT, so it's not recommended to take deaths. Going to dying does also take some, like if you go into dying state, you also get some like negative brownie points to your DA, which is nice. It isn't as, from what I have noticed and it's more, like you'd be seeing it more prominent in New Game. And from what little I've done of it, it's not as effective as some of the other games. Again, it's just, I think it's because how this game is and some of the point system with buying skill sets and things like that, it tends to kind of overwrite it a bit. And we're gonna hope Helena does some good stuff here.
But in regards to DA for this game, I know Demented Salad here in chat has been, you know, he much prefers the new game runs, so has been looking a lot into it recently. But, if you want better explanations of DA and what it can affect, that's a good person to talk to.
That or just look at some RE4, so it's basically they basically have kept the same system since RE4 for a lot of the DA memes. Also, the highest difficulty in this game, most Resident Evil games' highest difficulty keeps you locked. No, not this game. You can still raise your DA. They want you to not live at all.
RE4, a lot of I know quite a few runners who will run RE4 on professional difficulty because DA is just maxed the entire time, so everything's consistent. Not so much.
Yeah.
Not so much here.
Each difficulty locks at a certain point. It starts and locks at a certain point, so you can't go any higher or lower. One thing I found interesting whenever I was doing playing RE2 make, I did hardcore.
Why can't you film the
You basically get your DA to the point where you take like damage as you would on normal difficulty. It's super weird. Like you can make it real low.
It's the biggest thing.
back at that lab.
One of the biggest attractions to New Game Plus in this game, and I think it's kind of true throughout just any of the like modern modern Resident Evil games for doing New Game Plus. You get to focus almost entirely on just like movement
This way.
and tech. You don't have to worry so much about these, you know, looking for supplies. You don't have to worry about difficulty adjustment, anything like that.
Which is why I started on New Game Plus. New Game Plus is also like one of the best ways to get movement down and like pathfinding, like to try and help the AI work with a bit better. It's really good to do that before going to New Game. Because originally when on speedrun.com, we originally didn't have a New Game tab, so that was added like way later. Oops, that was a little, I should have slid there, that's fine. But yeah, it ended up being added later on, and not that many people usually run New Game, because you have to, the best thing to do in order to even buy like skill points and stuff, you have to delete your save data. And if you don't, you can technically do it to where you can get all your you can delete all your weapons and do the run fresh, but you can't use skill points or buy skills to help increase damage, drop rates, etc. Like that's not allowed. But if you do a fresh save, you can do all that. But it does become annoying because deleting your save over and over again is really obnoxious. I don't know why Capcom for a long time didn't have the New Game feature. It confuses me. Rev 1 had it. Rev 2 and 6 does not really. Oh, excuse me.
This thing though, if you're on PC, you can just keep a backup copy of your New Game file and just recycle that.
We recommend you do that if you can, because when you boot up the game, you get prologue, a prelude, and you have to do this very slow section. It takes about 10 minutes of just nothing.
Which we will do that exact same segment, the run here, and it will take much less time.
This is Helena's sister. Pretty sweet.
Good work.
My sister too has 3 weird ugly spike arm things
That shoot from her back. Yeah, mine does too. Neither I'm an only child. By the way, Deborah is RNG. Like her boss fight, it's not a traditional boss fight, and you just hope she does things you want, like you want her to do. If not, well, you're losing up to like 2 minutes of time. It's great. I absolutely hate it. Excuse me.
Don't get the wrong idea.
So this segment here is one of kind of the feature pieces of RE6. Notice Ada's here, and Ada is one of the playable characters. So every pair of characters has a crossover. So like there's a section here. There'll be a few sections with Leon and Ada. We'll meet up with Chris and Piers at one point. And we'll also meet up with Jake and Sherry.
Yeah, each campaign at least runs to each other once. Leon and Ada will run into each other like twice. Same with Chris and Jake. We'll run into each other a few more times. Alright, let's so whenever she's done flailing, we're gonna switch to AK because I find it more consistent. Okay. You can do it.
Not too shabby.
Whenever I run this game, I have a post-it note stuck to the side of my monitor with skill set 1 is this, skill set 2 is this.
We got bad RNG, but that's fine. Go ahead, keep going.
I just use that to remember which one's which. That was all of a sudden.
Yeah, basically you want her to drop immediately so you can shoot all her bulbs when she's on the floor. Sometimes she don't care, and she'll do that thing where she shows it all immediately. You don't want that in solo. In co-op, however, you want that because because in co-op, you can, if you time it right with your partner, you can shoot the bulbs at like 2 bulbs at the same time, and then she'll drop down to the critical, like her little critical point, and you shoot the last one and you can move on.
And actually, co-op, it's... So, Solus used the AK for that fight there. Co-op, you typically want to use the Magnum to just knock those two bulbs out
Like immediately.
instantly.
Yeah. Now we just wait. I'm gonna go ahead and switch to the skill set we're gonna use in the next chapter. We're gonna do breakout so we get some good cute teams. Hello. They're beautiful. Is someone trying to kill me? Sometimes the enemies will follow you down here. No, he didn't. I thought I heard a zombie in my ear. I was like, huh?
If break. Will you be needing to take a break between chapters?
Yeah, we'll go ahead and take a break after this chapter. We still got a little bit more to go, but we're getting close to the end.
Not a problem. Just wanted to check in.
Yeah, no worries.
This part right here is where I'm very jealous of RE4 runners.
Sadly,
They get to skip their line card.
if you could break out of this, because if your connection in co-op with the person's really, really bad, you can fall through the minecart and it's just instant death, basically. So you can't out of bounds it. I feel like they looked at RE4 as like, we can't have that today. Every time you touch an out of bounds, you're just gonna drop dead today.
Oh, gee.
Now I'm gonna jitter on this wall. Because, hey Deagle, should I try to knife her weak points here? You don't have to do anything with her, just live. Oh, we're good. Excellent, I'm on my way.
What not? Yeah. So this part here, this is literally an auto scroller. Yeah, Deborah's here and being Deborah,
She's
but
doing Deborah things.
you can literally just
Oh,
not do it. Well, just don't die.
and there's a certain
don't
thing you
die.
do have to do later.
Oh yes.
Ow. I just need your last one, please. No!
Deborah, please.
Give me the goods. Nope, too late. All right. Yeah, you have to shoot this. We did it. Hooray. We will not die. We'll celebrate.
We did the one thing that is required of us in this auto scroller.
We did it! Yay! We did it. Ow.
I love just running into every single one of these things that you're supposed to dodge.
Or you could shoot them.
It just makes me happy. You could, but
And then there's
why?
this one that does some weird stuff.
Good work.
Oh yeah. Oh wait, did we already miss the knife meme? Oh, we did, huh?
Oh yeah.
I don't remember if you did it.
There's a certain cutscene where you can put whatever weapon and Leon will hold it like a handgun. Like you can hold the shotgun like a handgun. It's pretty good. It's good memes. No,
You
Deborah.
might remember Moira holding her flashlight like a gun.
Yeah, she'll do that. Like Leon will do that. It's pretty good. You'll see it based when you first see Deborah mutate and she gets on top of Helena trying to kill her. Oh no. Deborah makes some of the
Pretty strong.
weirdest noises. Can I mention that? There we go. We did it.
Chapter 2.
Awesome.
Huzzah.
So we're actually gonna take a quick break now that we're through this chapter. So this is just a reminder to everyone to take care of yourself. Even if there is a speed run, you don't have to always go all the way straight through. In fact, this game has ILs that are timed at the start and end of chapters. So we're gonna pause the timer and take a quick break. And just a reminder that information on all of our hotfix shows, including Never Before Seen and other shows that we have, are available at gamesdonequick.com/hotfix, and from there you can find out more information about submitting your runs to any of our weekly shows. And that said, we're going to take a very quick break. We'll be back in about 3 or 5, something like that. Get up, take care of yourself, stretch your legs, use the bathroom, get a drink, whatever you need to do. Just make sure that yourself. Anyways, we'll be right back after this break. Hi everyone, welcome back to episode 9 of Never Before Seen. I think we have Solus Persona here with us. At least I think you're still Solus Persona. Are you Solus Persona?
I'll think about it.
Soulless person.
Solus Person. That typo is going to be immortalized. Oh my goodness. Anyways, we have Solus Persona and Desert Eagle 417 hanging out with us doing Resident Evil 6 New Game Plus Leon. We're gonna hop right back into the run. You ready?
Oh yeah, I'm ready. I'm ready for the chapter I hate the most. Let's go.
Oh man, what a great time.
Indeed.
So go ahead and whenever you are ready to go, give us another countdown. We'll get the timer unpaused.
Okay. 3, 2, 1, go. Alright, first I'm gonna... You don't have to do this, you can keep it on infinite. I'm gonna put it on this one. Because the grenade power-up will actually help the thing I'm about to do in a little bit. Again, not required. I just do it sometimes, put it on. And I will 100% admit I have not been practicing this game as much as I should, but it's okay. Most of it's out of muscle memory. Come here, Helena.
It's okay. You did a D-Rust run of this like a week or so ago, and just got a casual world record in the game. No big deal.
Wait, that actually happened?
Yes, in my first run,
Yeah.
I got world record.
The thing is, her run is not bad already.
Yeah.
Sitting right on top of us.
That's incredible. Sometimes you just need a little bit of time away from a game to come back even stronger than before, especially if you've been running something else. I feel like you improve in general as a speedrunner if you've taken breaks from games to go run other things.
Oh, I've been on and off this game for, God, years. I might have messed that up. Yeah, there's a trick here, if I can do it. And I keep missing everything. Hold up. There's a grenade trick, but I have a hard time seeing it on super low settings. Basically want to hit this pillar. And of course...
I have a hard time seeing it on high settings. So.
I do. I have a hard time seeing it on low settings. One thing when it comes to me and that grenade, either I'm going to get it every time forever, and then it's going to be like a few runs where I'm just never going to get it. It's going to be great. That is a grenade throw you do want to practice, because basically you want to hit it off this pole. But,
Nope, not related.
we ain't going to worry about it. Y'all are being very mean to me. Let me do my thing.
This coming up soon. I was mentioning grenade cancels back in the last chapter. Coming up soon is where we will actually see Leon do one. Hopefully.
Well, it's a really hard timing, but we're gonna hope I do. If not, it's fine. Hug me. Do it. We have to literally wait a minute. Oh. I want to do with the dynamite to hug me! Like, it's literally wait to win right now. Yeah, this is, again, like in New Game, you have a flamethrower here, you can use that to kill things. We have Magnum, we don't need it. What?
I know you're just waiting for grenades to drop so you can go hoard them all.
I just want to hoard everything I do. Oh, aren't you cute?
Look at that little dog.
How precious. We got these over here.
Yeah, something kind of neat about the melee in this game, and I can't for the life of me remember if the other REs have it. But here, like, you'll see the enemies are holding weapons, or some of these guys have an axe embedded in their chest. When you do the melee commands, you'll often like take their weapons and use them against them, or pull the axe out of their chest and kill them with that. Like, this is very much more like an action horror compared to any like survival horror.
This way.
Not now.
You might even just say straight up action.
It's quite action, especially when we get to chapter 4 and 5.
Yeah,
We're
and
gonna
you know
see
that's what
this
really
is.
put off a lot of people from RE6.
And
which,
honestly, 5, because for a while 5 was quite looked down upon.
Yeah. And I mean, I can't say I blame people for it. I certainly am guilty of that myself. Oh.
Yeah, I didn't want it to directly hit me, but I did it a little too high. That's fine, though. I want to at least see if I can get it to pull off. So, everyone loves Dirt Tune. I love Dirt Tune. Got a slide here. Look at Dirt Tune. Be precious little thing.
As I said earlier, this game is a lot of fun, especially as a speed run. I haven't had such a great time running a game since I picked this up in a long time.
There are some frustrating moments with AI, but that can be honestly said about 4 and 5 as well. AI is always going to be a issue regardless of what you do.
And just generally in speed running,
Yep.
there's always going to be frustrating parts. It just is what it is.
It is, yep. There's always going to be some RNG in any game. There you go. Now we just wait for Helena to do her thing.
I'm going to be honest, this part is... just seeing this from Leon's perspective is so weird to me.
Oh, it is.
Since I do not run Leon.
Fuck that sunshine. Look at this beautiful oil texture, though, because I have it on super low settings. Quite glorious.
All right. Gear requests that I ask you, why do you hate RE5 so much, and is it Snow's fault?
No, I actually didn't like RE5 before I met him, actually. I just don't like the controls, and it's trying to be an action game, but not. But it's trying to keep tank controls. I just don't like that about it. I have a few other issues dealing with certain things with the story, etc. I can really go on and rant about it. But the main issue is the controls and what it's trying to do. I like the fact that this game just said, screw it. Let's just make it balls to the walls action. Michael Bay decided to come in from the heavens to direct our video game today. On this fine,
Yeah.
this fine morning. Oh, Chris is literally Michael Bay. I will fight people in that.
Yeah, that's not
Wrong.
any form of exaggeration. Like,
No, it's not.
there's
Stop.
very Michael Bay-esque things about this game.
Oh, don't worry. Chris is literally Michael Bay, and then there's some parts of Leon's campaign at the end where I'm like, this is a thing that exists. We're gonna plant this for later. Slurp.
Yeah, I'm good.
We're gonna play these little things safe, because if I run into this, I'll die. But we're playing a lot of things safe today in this. I don't want to take a death.
Look for it. There's no guarantee it's even in here.
Oh, it's in.
Imagine dying.
What the hell else are we gonna do?
Who would do that in a run?
Me. I did that on some of my early runs of this game, actually. Took some deaths. I remember when this game, when I started running it, the world record for Leon New Game Plus, oh, please, I want the crank, was like a 216, and now it's a 202. That tells you something of how much I put into this game. Excuse me. We're gonna see something really weird, some left-handed. Loop. Beautiful.
Love it.
If you're right-handed, you will not get that. Oh, it blocked it. Good crank. Our Lord and Savior Resident Evil will always be the crank.
Oh, cranks are important.
Always important.
Welcome back, stranger. Helena, looks like we're finally making
How
it
to
out
solve
here.
zombie problem? Explosions. I mean,
A rocket to the face.
that seems
That's
correct
how
to me.
almost every Resident solves the problems. Is just a rocket to the face.
So I'm glad Julius Caesar is here. I don't know why that statue is there. Basically, this whole Catacombs Underground area is Simmons' like little family thing. It's super weird. The story gets weird as all I can get out. Also, we have fanfiction character Jake Muller. He is quite everyone's fanfiction character. The good old days of making your OC character either the son of an evil villain or the lover of somebody. God.
Oh yeah, that's still the truest trope to this day.
I know, I used to write fan fictions, God help me. When I was really into Sonic, I made Sonic OCs. And that's nightmare fuel. Good old young teenager me. Or actually young, I was preteen, I think, when I did all that. Then afterwards, I'm like, oh God, help me. I'll run to some walls. That is a scripted thing. I always had to eat that. If you wait a bit, you can have this streaker who is struggling to figure out what a wall is too. He could just straight up drop into the heavens. It's pretty good.
We get the commentators yell, Leon, help. Oh my God.
Leon, help! Help! Don't worry, now we just scream Helena. No, we just scream Helena now. Come here.
There's just like a certain way Ashley would say, Leon! That was always like annoying. My mom used to play Resident Evil 4 like all the time, to the point where like she used to wake me up when I wouldn't have work or when I'd be on summer vacation from school to like do the she wasn't good at the quick time event cutscene with Krauser.
Oh God, I hated that.
And she
it
would
took me like 3 or 4 times.
Don't worry, the port of it on
she
one
would wake me up.
the port on 1 and PS4 struggles with it. It's pretty bad. I'm just gonna switch the right way so I can hear better.
She'd be like, yo, Amber, can you wake up and do this cutscene so I can keep playing RE4? And I'm like,
Mom,
can you? Eventually, I was just like, you need to do this yourself. I have work. Stop doing this. And like, she eventually learned how to do it. It took her some tries, but she could get through it without waking me up. And it was pretty great. Like, honestly, like, if my mom ever knew what speedrunning was before she passed, like she was almost practically an RE4 speedrunner, and that is like honestly a really cool thing to think about.
That is actually really neat. Huh. It's always really cool when the parents are actually into gaming. Mine weren't. So I used to do a lot.
I lucked out. Like my mom was into gaming, so like that's even the reason I'm probably here doing this show. Like, wouldn't have gotten into gaming otherwise.
Yep. Yeah, that's same here. Like, my mom mostly did just like Tetris and some Mario games, but
yeah.
My dad was like, "Hey, look, Resident Evil. You want to play this? Hey, Metal Gear Solid. Do you want to play this?"
What a good thing to give your child.
Yeah, of course.
Yep.
Look, I was 7 when Resident Evil came out. That's old enough.
Yep. Clearly old enough.
Like, I grew up, my mom was a horror movie buff. My parents both liked horror movies, and my mom got into Resident Evil, I think starting with Resident Evil 3. And that one's probably my favorite in the classic franchise, too. But, like, it was just really cool to, like, we grew up with, like, a Sega Genesis, and my mom got me into playing games as Tails in Sonic 2, because I couldn't die or really cause a lot of problems.
That's like basically your sibling, your younger sibling that won't shut up, and it's like, here you go.
I was the sibling. I was the sibling with no siblings.
I love when people tell me about their sibling stories. I'm there in the corner, like, wow, I was an only child, but wow, I was spoiled somewhat to a degree. It's like one of those weird things.
I was a bit spoiled when I was very young.
That Tails really is the epitome of giving your kid a controller that's not plugged in, isn't it?
Basically it is.
But like, they could actually help. That's the best part, is they can actually help. They can collect rings and they can help fight bosses. Or, you know, if you're a speedrunner, Tails is your absolute worst nightmare when they're your partner character.
Don't carry me. Oh, okay.
Don't carry me, don't hit that boss so I fall through and, you know, into the water and chemical plant. Oh, you did it again, Tails.
I may or may not die here. It's Helena, actually. Oh, barely.
Oh, no.
Might barely make this.
Oh.
Probably not. Oh, good for you.
Okay.
You did it, hooray! The AI can kill you there. Sometimes the AI will just not go where you need to go, and they can die here. It's extremely rare. But the stumbles are all RNG. There's sometimes where you completely run through without, like, maybe a stumble at all, and sometimes you stumble on every little thing in a 5-mile radius. I absolutely hate it. So we're gonna do a meme cycle. You can do this all in one breath, and I'm hoping to God Helena will not be mean to me today.
Another thing that's a lot easier to do in co-op when you have someone slightly more intelligent than the AI, like me, playing.
I would hope you're smarter than this AI. I hope anyone's smarter than this AI.
Sometimes, hopefully. My favorite thing is playing as Helena and trying to activate the partner doors from the left side, which I like to do a lot. Leon is left side, Helena's right side.
Yeah.
Be clear. I always forget.
I've done that a few times because in chapter 2 view the ILs, basically it's the only chapter in the game where you can be Leon or Helena and get the same time. Helena just has a bit more consistency throughout than Leon. So sometimes I'll play Helena there and I'm like right side. I'm like, oh wait a minute. I'm not you. Let me switch this up real quick.
So this part here, you want to swim through in a fairly careful way. It's not like a pixel perfect line, for lack of a better term to call it.
It does
but
have
you want
some
to try
moves, though.
Yeah. You want to that grab that Solus got there was mandatory. You do get one grab. If you get more than one, you're kind of in a bad spot.
Yeah, you're in risky. You lower your chance of doing this in one breath, like significant, like really bad.
It's possible, I think. With
it is.
grabs,
I did it once.
Super tight.
Yeah, I did it once because I was like, I ain't gonna make this, and I'm like, oh, never mind, we did it. Hooray, you were nice to me. Good.
And as before, the AI can just get you drowned there by taking her time.
Usually, if you eat at the grate for a second, it most of the time will kind of make her go to it. Not always. Again, it's like certain things will encourage the AI to be a little bit more consistent. Other times, the AI is like, I don't wanna. So here's QTE's with Derptune here. I don't remember his actual name, but he's Derptune.
Yeah, I don't remember it either, actually.
I don't remember his name. It's just Derptune.
So, named Derptune. There's a shark in Resident Evil 1 that's named Neptune. And this is a derpy shark. So,
I think we call it like the derpy cousin or something like that. I guess that's what I call it. It's a derpy cousin.
Also, I love this part with Leon coming up here.
Oh god.
It's just...
In PC...
Also, Michael Bay.
Oh yeah. In PC version, with the section coming up, you don't move. But on PS4, they increase the movement speed. Yes, the PS4 and 1 versions are quite different in certain aspects. It's quite interesting how much like HP they lowered. Some of the QTEs are a lot easier. You can just hold one button and live. It's great. And then there's the Switch version where you just do nothing at all and it just does everything for you. I mean everything.
Oh, lovely.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
It's pretty good.
That part there, I just love how Leon is just, let me stand in a shark's mouth. Because that's a smart place to stand.
I love my action movies. Don't worry, he did a 10 out of 10 dive into the water though, so that's pretty cool.
Helena, can you do something about
All
these
right.
bars?
All the judges holding up the tents.
Hold on.
Don't worry, one of them's like Nero from DMC 4 where he just flips them off. Just skips in the bird casually. So let's keep swimming.
Leon, get out of there! It's coming!
I think Leon is immune to giant fish. Maybe.
Imagine if he was allergic to fish. Like that man would be breaking out in highs for weeks. I was gonna say, Helena, please, I love you. Not really, but I'm
I was getting
pretending.
a little worried there.
Sometimes the AI does not want to work. But Helena, please, I'll say I love you this one time.
I also love how in this part Leon's like swimming his heart out and he's basically
Just
not
in one
moving.
spot. Yeah, by the time you get to this sequence in the PS4 and 1 version, you would already be basically at the end. Like, they increased a lot of stuff and shortened a lot of things in the ports of this. Because I would already be waiting at the end right here. Like, I would be climbing up. But we're gonna swim here. Please shoot me, Helena. I dare you.
Roger.
She did it. And here's some more dirt. And this water That looks very questionable. Look at all this stuff.
So, right now, Solus is letting, we're just calling him Dirktoon. Dirktoon get closer here, because of...
It messes up this cutscene. Oh, it always messes up the cutscene when it gets close. But it makes the point where you can do this QTE quicker. My dialogue skipped there to make the QTE appear quicker. Switch to the AK. Because normally it'll put you down, but if you switch to the AK and continuously fire, you can shoot the dynamite immediately. And then Dirk 2 just evaporates into the heavens. That's all sharks do in the water, I guess.
This is chapter 3.
Alright, let's switch back to this. Chapter 4. Probably chapter 1 and chapter 4 I consider my favorite chapters, even though my favorite one's speedrun. 4 is really fun to speedrun.
Yeah.
There are some good memes here, but it's really fun to speedrun otherwise.
Leon is on a vehicle, so you know what's going down.
It's okay. He'll drive it in a minute, so we're good.
Looking something up. Leon, Helena, do you read me? There's something wrong with the pressure bulkhead. Get to the
This
tail
is
of
like
the
my
plane.
favorite
Find out
outfit.
what's wrong.
Little China outfit, usually referred to it as. And we're going to roll here so we don't get the stuff on.
This way.
Roger.
So that's it. My movement entirely.
What was the name that we're actually calling this? Stumble Cancel, or?
We switched like 50 names. Oh no, Helena.
Oh, is she, don't.
No.
Is she gonna? She's doing it. She's doing
That's
the
fine.
thing.
There's a certain thing, sometimes Helena will be nice. And come here. Helena. She will get stuck on this, by the way. Like, she'll get stuck on those two people. Like now. Look at her.
She's still doing it.
This way.
Helena, please.
You okay? There we go.
There we go.
I think
You're talking
normally
about RNG in this game?
Oh yeah, the AI's RNG. It's okay. Like normally I call her, I need to remember exactly what I do there. So I know if you sit there, you'll generally like decrease your chances, but not always. Most times she'll just eat at them. Just continuously run into the object, as most AIs do. I continuously run into walls and I can't get through a door.
Do you know if Leon has the same issue there?
Yes.
'Cause I
Yeah,
swear
it's
I've
just the
never had
pathfinding.
Leon get caught.
It's literally just the
Yes, okay.
pathfinding, yep. And that's in every version of this game. Switch, PC, PS3, PS4, don't matter, you will struggle. Also, we switched the
This
breakout
one-
for this one sequence
Yeah.
right here.
Yeah, very important you have breakout to bust open that panel in time. If you don't have breakout on, the enemy will kill you.
Not even kill, because
Or at
sometimes
least
it'll stun.
attack you.
It'll attack you, and there's also a stun from the gas, because if you breathe it into
Yeah.
it, it will kill you. But yeah, you'll at least get an effect here.
You'll have a bad day in that part.
Oh yeah, if you do higher difficulties, that enemy will absolutely destroy you. Come here. Throw her off. Just slightly push.
Every time I do co-op runs with Solus, I try to race her up that
Plane gaining altitude. Get to the cockpit.
chute there. I can't think of what that hatch we'll call it.
Patch, yeah.
And I think I've beat you up it more times, which is my only point of bragging in this game. Look, I'm taking what I can, okay? I mashed LNR faster.
We too can button mash to win. Eventually I will get back on doing this. I actually want to get a 201 for this beautiful, beautiful run. I'm going to restart everything probably after chapter 2 if the beginning don't go the way I want.
Never sleep on plane.
I can't wait to cry today.
The staircase is fun. At least one person is always going to fall down it.
Yeah, if you
So-
do co-op, if you are distant enough, you can like one person can avoid the other person tumbling, and you could just run up and trigger this.
When you open the hatch, you
What are you doing,
destabilize the
Helena?
plane by letting the pressure out. Leon, you're gonna need to
He's
take the controls.
having a grand old time.
I was afraid you were
Oh,
gonna
she
say
sure
that.
is. Come on. Now this is another RNG section. Sometimes Helena will kill you here. It's pretty great. We're gonna do some cancels here, or dialogue cancel, so I can get to stuff faster. Because if you go past a certain altitude, you die instantly. And Leon apparently doesn't know how to fly a plane, but he did it anyway. Good for him. How you doing, Helena? Good.
Yeah, basically Helena here is defending Leon.
And we might be concerned. We might be concerned. I'm concerned. No.
Yeah, that's what you don't want to see.
Yeah.
Is a zombie coming up behind you like that?
We lived. We're good. If you could take one slap and still live, you don't want that, of course. But sometimes Helena will sit there and stare, and I'm like, that's good. I have lost runs to her, both New Game and New Game Plus.
So here's the segment where we cross over with Jake,
Let me switch right-handed real quick.
and you switch to the
Shooting wild setup.
shooting wild. Yeah. So that'll. She has set up the like maximum damage output possible to kill this boss as quickly as possible.
His belly should be his weak points from, you don't see it in this campaign, Jake and Sherry decided to take a drill to his stomach. He's okay, as you can clearly tell, he's doing good. He is the nemesis of this game. He will follow you to the ends of the earth.
I actually really like the final showdown
crap.
with him and Jake.
Okay, let's move.
Which one? The mono a mono?
Yep.
Okay, yeah, that's fun. Now, if you play Sherry, you just sit there and stare at the world.
Oh, I know.
What you
I'm very
do?
much aware. Yep, that's what because I run Sherry instead of Jake because I apparently don't like to have fun. And yeah, I get to like try and throw boxes at him maybe.
Which does do damage and stun him, but it's not as good as being Jake in that level. Oh, cool. All my shots landed. Good. We killed him. Hooray. We'll never see him again in Jake's campaign. We'll never see him again in Leon's campaign, but we'll never see him again in Jake's. Come here, Lena.
Leon, do you read me?
Here's the market. We're going to the market.
Hunnigan? Helena.
We can maybe find Cinnamon Toast Crunch with shrimp in it.
Sherry said
The
she was
internet's a
getting
wild
citizens in the
place.
Kulong building. The first
It
thing you're
truly
gonna need
is.
to do is cut through the outdoor market up ahead.
That story's been fun to follow. It's been my amusement for the last, like, day or so.
So coming up is a cutscene that takes entirely too long. So I've turned it into an educational segment. And this cutscene coming up is going to show us how Babby is formed.
We can't skip it. I've tried everything in a 5-mile radius. You can't skip it. You have to suffer each time you get to this point. Or do this IL. If you do this IL chapter, cheers. And me.
So the pig head falls on the floor, and your hands come out of its mouth and eye. And then the torso, your torso come out of that. And then you puke up your legs. Just standard Babby forming procedures here. And then,
Their real
your
name
hands
starts
attach.
with an R. I either call them regenerators or splitters.
That's a new trick.
No one calls them by their real name because I don't know how to pronounce it, because it's all like Eastern names, and I would butcher it.
I think it's something like a.
Like Ross something
I
or
don't
other.
remember which kind.
Oh, I got bad RNG. Well, let's go.
Oh yay!
Good.
Good fun.
Yeah, basically when you get the keys, you want the other spawn of the splitter. There's going to be 3 splitters following you in this area. You want it to come on the 3rd key you get. So you have to deal with less. 2, Helena has to deal with less because she's a good cookie. 3, I just hate them. Excuse me, sir. No, Helena.
Here's a present. Go away.
That's what I tell people. We're gonna go back to infinite so I can save ammo. Switch back left-handed. No hands. I didn't waste some grenades. I normally have a bit more grenades. I generally get the skip on the chapter 3 first try.
Hold on, I'll open it. Come on.
Oh, you can open it, right? In co-op, you can go to the other door and open it before, like, you don't have to open this door. You can open that door right there. But in solo, the AI, like Helena, will literally stare at you as you sit at that door and open the other one, and then proceed to open the other door.
This way.
Come on, Helena. We ain't killing the baby through the drain.
This way.
That's a door.
Yeah, this segment here has some really neat optimizations in co-op. Like,
The co-op was actually really fun. This chapter's like much better in co-op, in my personal opinion. It's super fun. This is the one you normally want that spawn to be at, but we didn't get that. We didn't get the good, but we're gonna deal with it. Not the end of the world. But we want Helena to hopefully not get absolutely blocked here.
This way.
Helena, you didn't! Hooray! Get over here, please. Now you can technically skip this in co-op super hard. I've only been able to do it once with a friend that we were messing around with, seeing if we can skip the sequence with a grenade, like fire stun. Some reason Leon has a huge hitbox for this sequence where he will get hit from like a billion miles away, more than he should.
Let's hurry.
Helena has a lot easier time with this, but like I said, it's super hard. Now, I'm hoping this section goes well. It may not, because 120 memes will might mess with me, but
Come on, let's get
we're
some
gonna do
answers.
what we can.
good old high FPS.
Oh yeah, it makes this one sequence in this section real bad. Also, Chris and Pierce are here. Isn't that great? We're racing them.
By the way, do you guys like lasers?
I don't.
Lasers.
I like rainbows. Strap a little bomb on them. Oops. Oh, I messed up a bit.
Don't have time for games.
Glad it didn't want to take my input there. Alright, we reset there because the AI will get stuck on the stairs. I wish I was joking.
And she's talking there about Chris and Piers.
Yeah.
So the restarting to pull the AI characters forward, it applies to all of the AI characters, not just your partner.
Yep. Yeah,
So
normally
it
you would have to
pulls-
wait a bit in this section because in order to trigger the next sequence, you need to get to this door, activate it, and then you also need Chris and Pierce to do their absolute beautiful magic. Look at them. We can see them. I would like to... We'll switch back to AK. It'll make this a little bit easier. Elena, are you gonna be mean? You've been mean. Your feet are huge. I'm sorry, I just looked at her feet. I'm like, God.
All right. I wasn't expecting that.
To be fair, Claire in Revelation 2 has huge feet. Oh. Yeah, we're gonna die.
I'll ask her once we catch her.
Fun casual death, that's good.
Helena, come in. I'm trying to get the lock open for you, but this...
Yes, Hunnigan.
Keep trying to hack in, but see if you can bypass it manually.
The evil Roomba room, exactly.
Everyone looks good. Well, I might be in a spicy territory because Helena kind of delayed getting to that. Besides the explosion.
Yeah, so we are running this, just a reminder for people who heard it or for those who haven't. We're running this on low graphics settings because it makes the AI pathfinding better. Not perfect, obviously, but better. And it has, I mean, I'm sure on some PCs it does have some load time effects.
Make sure you have this game on
But,
SSD. Every Resident Evil game that counts loads into the time SSD, please, for the love of God, you'll save yourself so much frustration. I think we did the good. We did the good. Even though Helena got absolutely annihilated at one point. Good. Basically, you want to reflect the Roombas so Chris and Pierce get knocked off. Sometimes that don't happen. Like I said, it's really annoying, but nothing we can do. It's a lot more consistent at 60 FPS.
And if you lose that, so if Chris and Piers get all their passwords in first, or disengaged locks first, they get through, and you get to deal with Berserk Roomba Room.
Until they all blow up, and it wastes, like, probably about 30 seconds, I would say. Like, it wastes time.
Yeah.
You want to win all the race. It'll basically, if you don't, it wastes time regardless. You want, like, that's with both sides, by the way. Not just, like, just Leon, etc. Lena, you good, homie? What happened?
What is she doing?
I've never seen her this far back. Let's watch her. Let's watch her. You can do it. Are you good, Helena? That's weird. I've never seen her do this. Huh. Fascinating. Let's go.
Do we have to say the thing?
There she is. Cut her off.
Never
Always
happened
have to say
before.
the thing.
Always. TM. It's speedrunner's code.
Leon, Helena, come in. If Sherry's
hold
intel is on the money,
Sometimes she'll get
Simmons
stuck
should
on
be
this.
just up ahead. Be careful.
There she
Hunting it out.
Excellent. Yeah, she's been really bad with me this time around. Bless you. That's fine.
Oh.
I like good
I
memes.
honestly wonder if
Target
the...
Simmons.
Oops.
not
Always
saying
has
we
been.
should stop doing this, but I honestly wonder if it's
We'll have to
the
worry
streaming
about
to
it later.
Discord at the same time.
It shouldn't
That
be.
might be having...
Simmons.
I don't know.
Let's go get
Personally,
this sun.
the thing is, I've had this stuff happen even when I wasn't recording. Like, in terms of majority of the stuff, like, that's going on. I mean, where are
She
you?
forgot to use L'Oreal today. She used,
That's a really bad shampoo brand. Or, like, brand in general.
EO5,
Oh, that's pretty bad. I agree.
like the 99-cent shampoo.
yes.
Pantene, that's pretty bad. Have y'all heard about the lawsuit with Tresemme
Simmons.
as well? Like, that whole company that has, like, Dove and a bunch of other stuff, like, people are suing because their hair is falling out. Good fun.
Hey!
It's one of their ingredients. Triggers that and also triggers cancer. Good stuff. I think that was, like, sometime last year. This is Cinnamons. His name is Simmons, but I call him Cinnamons. Cinnamons. Hello, how are you?
It's the least appetizing cinnamon I've ever seen.
Don't worry, his mutations look absolutely gross.
I'm not putting that in my apple cider.
That's good. Later you're gonna face through?
They're keeping that pretty far away.
What are you talking about? I think it's a little bit of blood. add some salt to it. Some good iron intake. Hello. Also, I'm on the ground
Nice
to.
iron taste.
Yes. There we go. We say like that on the ground so we don't get that stumble, and we come up here to the heavens. Hello. I'm coming for you. There's the first stage going.
Resident Evil 0, you're on a train.
This is the, Ecliptic Express? Is that right? I think that's
Is that what it's called in Zero? I don't remember. I haven't played Zero in a good minute.
I genuinely don't remember.
I don't care for Zero, personally, because there's a lot of design issues with the character switching. Good, interesting idea. Could have been implemented a lot better, but the train's pretty cool, though.
I mean, I like Resident Evil 0 except mostly for its item system.
Yeah, the hookshot memes are pretty great, and I absolutely loved it. Also, the monkeys. The monkeys are pretty good. Everyone loves a good monkey. 3 or 4 in a room spamming you in a 5-mile radius. That's pretty sweet.
Yeah.
And then I remember
Like, I
reading a file. It's like the baboons are like the weakest enemies. I hate these. I was sitting there going like, I hate you, game. Tell that to my face. Punk. Punk?
He's coming for you.
Like, if you want to experience the Resident Evil Zero story, you're better off playing, is it Umbrella Chronicles where Zero is revisited?
I
It's
believe,
Umbrella
yes, because I think that's 0
Yeah.
and 2 and a few others.
0, 1, and 3?
I think
No, well, yeah, I think it's 3, because I know that 2 and 2 and Code Veronica are revisiting Dark Side.
Oh, is it Dark Side? I barely
yeah.
remember, I'm not gonna lie. Oh, cool, I got that timing. You shoot him at the time that cutscene starts, so we'll trigger this faster. So, Helena, how are you doing today?
Dark Side was a very fun co-op rail shooter on the Wii. I liked Umbrella Chronicles, but there was just something about Dark Side that way better for me.
I honestly really like the retelling of RE2 from Dark Side Chronicles.
Yeah, I liked the Code Veronica one as well.
The Code Veronica one's probably
I
the
think-
best one they did, in my personal opinion.
Yeah, I'd agree with that.
I'm just never been a big fan of rail shooters on the Wii like that. Arcade, I like it because I like the little gun thing more. The Wii sensor bar is, it's a thing that exists. That actually sometimes. Oh, baby girl. All right.
Don't miss.
I'm gonna miss. Oh, I got it immediately. Cool.
Imagine
Yeah.
missing there and losing a minute in a PB run. Imagine that.
Want me to pull up that run again, Deagle? For
We're
you?
not gonna- I don't have a Leon run submitted to the board, so you can't.
Doesn't mean I
There's
can't
no
find
proof
it.
that I did that.
How do y'all like the photo background of Clearly Not San Francisco? How would this good old SA2? Y'all like that those driving sections? The not hitting the wall in cars one was my favorite that I absolutely loved doing as a kid. Yep, I loved it.
I was about to say, like, I'm having flashbacks from the 171 emblem run I did for Christmas.
I'm so sorry.
Like, I mean, I've done 180 emblem runs and stuff. I ran that game for like 6 years before, like, mostly quitting. But I come back occasionally for the occasional stupidly long category for no good reason.
Oh, good.
Right?
But yeah, no, heck, the problem with those car missions, like, don't hit the cars, is that, like,
The
in
hitbox
the
is
speedrun,
bad?
is that, like, well, besides that, but also the fact that, like, the walls don't move, which is the following mission, but the cars do, and if you're slightly off cycle, like if your time is slower or faster than normal, you don't know where the cars are exactly going to be, and I love having a car drive right into the rear of my car and, like, making me start the entire level.
My other favorite thing is the ability how you get a better turn sequence, and it's by
When you're skidding.
yeah, you're just kind of spinning in the weirdest moment. I'm like, are we doing good? I remember finding that out when I was a kid, and I'm just kind of stared at that. I'm like, well, why?
Like, that's not how drifting works, but it does, and that's how we also remove our speed cap, so we're just constantly, you hear tires screeching constantly in the run. I went out of my way to, like, sound edit the game to lower the sound of the tires screeching so they stopped, and the engine too, so it all stopped drowning out everything else.
Don't worry, the other one that at least most casual players, including me, Metal Harbor, for that beautiful, beautiful rank.
Oh, the A rank, yeah.
Yeah.
It took me forever to figure out, like, the easiest casual way, and I even do it in the speedrun for the A rank, is just hit the very, very top handle on the rocket, gets you 1,500 points, gets you to the, usually pushes you to the score threshold.
Don't worry, I never
was
went
dumb.
to the higher one as a kid. I did it without that, and I'm proud of that.
Oh, that is something to be proud of. You don't actually need to do that in the speedrun, but it's just easier for me.
Oh yeah, most people tend to, like, in terms of casual, goes to the top one. I didn't. I didn't even know as a kid you can go higher. So
Yeah.
that was fun. I hated that level. That's the one that took me the longest to get, like, all A ranks on, was just that stage.
Makes sense, honestly.
Also, you can maybe quote this on me. It might be just I haven't played the game in a minute. Is the PC version control really weird, or is it just me?
Is the what?
The PC version, like, the controls are a little bit weirder. Is that me?
like the problem is that like it depends on the controller you're using. If you played on GameCube a lot, you probably got used to the notched joystick.
That's what
rather than a rounded gate.
That's probably what it is. I think I'm just used to GameCube now. It's like really free flowing. I'm like, let's turn a bit. I'm like, oh god.
Yeah, like the rounded gate is really rough.
It also, the GameCube seems to help with controlling a bit, from what I can tell. Oh,
yeah, I think so.
Also, this is literally just we wait again. Leon got a few little breaks here and there, which I appreciate. You go to the bathroom. I went to the bathroom
Leon
on marathon run during this. Go ahead.
Leon is a passenger.
Okay.
Yeah.
So this is gonna just blow up rather than crash, right?
Later. We already crashed a plane. We're gonna crash a helicopter, and then we're gonna destroy a car. It's all good.
I really like this part as Helena, because Helena is sitting directly behind Leon here, but the camera for Helena is like in the middle seat in the back.
Oh, it's so janky.
So Helena is literally beside herself for that part.
Incredible.
Also, this should be obvious, don't touch smoke or you'll die. But if you want to run into it, you get to see a really weird death scene, in my opinion. Look at look at those towers. We're going straight to those towers.
Roger.
What are you doing, Helena? You okay?
Helena's just not feeling it today.
Me neither, Helena. We're good. I'm honestly having fun, so I really don't care. Oh yeah, here's a waifu here coming up. Everyone loves a good waifu.
This part, so I've mentioned before, I'm primarily a beta runner of this game.
The helicopter kills me. Go ahead. Oh, she's so pale.
Are you alright?
So as you can see here, Solus just ran off to the side and is leaving that segment. When you play that part as Ada, Leon and Helena want to kill every single thing.
They literally wait for a certain dialogue to disappear before they actually even start moving as well.
Yep.
This way.
So that part takes way too long.
Oh yeah, it's pretty good. I'm gonna kill things in here because I don't trust Helena right now. Yes, you, honey. I don't trust you. You in particular.
Hey.
You and your mullet. That should have been shaved. To be fair, Leon's had the same hairstyle since he was like 21, so bless his heart. 36 in this game. It's like, well, I need the same hair, just longer today.
I was about to ask, how old is he in this game again?
36!
Make it to the tower this way.
He looks not 36. Did you know Helena's 24? I sure did when I first played. We gotta kill everything here.
Leon, well, I mean, like, I didn't know Ashley was 20.
Don't worry, Salazar is also 20. We killed everything. No.
I remember that.
It's really weird. Well, he also makes that comment. It's really weird. Hello.
Are you out of fire grenades?
I is. Normally I throw a fire grenade there, but I'm out. Because I messed up chapter. I messed up chapter 3. Hello, how are you doing?
I was just like, I'm not used to you taking that long here.
At one point I was also staring at a zombie. It looked like he was glitching out, and I'm like, are you okay? The zombies do a lot of weird things, and then there's the other enemy type, Chihuahuas. They also do some very questionable movements, and I'm like, are you good? Ty, you're like Michael Bay.
Shout outs to Michael Bay.
But yeah, there's also a reason why I usually have 20 fire grenades. I would use them all by the end of this run. Not at this point, but I would usually use like all of them.
And for those asking in chat, yes, Salazar is 20. He makes a point of it in the cutscene and calls him old man. And I don't remember the exact quote anymore, but he goes like, I'm not an old man. I'm 20 years old or something like that.
Yeah, you kind of stare at it, and you're like, huh. Don't worry, his texture...
Oh, here we go. We're going to crash a helicopter.
Oh, yeah.
Let's go.
Don't worry, his textures on the PS4 and 1 version are very questionable. And I wish they would just stop porting the game at this rate because it looks worse. In co-op, you actually let Helena shake out of this. We have to shoot her off. If we don't, she'll die. It looks like she literally decides to just jump off this helicopter like an absolute boss. I don't know how Leon's also shooting, because it looks like he shouldn't hit. But hey, I guess he became wanted and just decided to cover bullet today.
More Michael Bay for you.
Yep.
Oh, Chris is like literally just the explosions like 90% of the game. It's good.
This is the
fun.
most Chris chapter of Leon. Right
Yeah,
here.
Leon and Ada try to do a lot more of the somewhat more traditional Resident Evil. Then you got Chris and Jake. It was like, well, Michael Bay and fan fiction.
Yeah. I always thought of it as like Leon is kind of the closest you're gonna get to RE4.
Yeah.
Chris plays kind of like RE5 in a way.
Chris plays like Gears of War. Let's be real with each other. Like that's
And
the
then,
most comparison I give with Chris campaigns. Gears of War memes. Excellent. This is a fun ride. Do y'all like Jurassic Park? I sure kind of do, I guess. I have a friend that's like that's her favorite movie ever. We'll do this. Shooting Wild. I'm here. We gotta kill a T-Rex right now with the Washington Monument behind us today. The Chinese variant, because I guess they have that now. I'm not sure why this is here, but I remember when I first saw this game, I kind of stared. I'm like, why is the Washington Monument in China today?
Look, they wanted their own obelisk inside this umbrella building.
Not too shabby.
Or sorry, quad tower.
Yeah, they call it Quad Tower.
Hi, Derek.
I don't know who Derek is.
That's the boss you're fighting,
Derek
I think,
Cinnamon.
because I just...
I thought you meant like an actual person. Yes, Derek Simmons. I thought you meant like an actual person. I forget that's his real
Cinnamon.
name because I just call him Cinnamons. He is the head of U.S. security. He's actually Sherry's guardian as well. Interesting fact. And she made him, and he made her an agent. So her whole thing of this game is finding Jake, who has the antivirus or the C virus in this game, who's clearly not Wesker's own son, and Chris will not see him ever. No, not at all. We won't have confrontation about that in this game. Nope. So how do y'all like some weirdly crappy love fanfiction coming up later too? That's coming up too. I'm excited.
Did you plan a remote bomb?
Oh, I didn't. I'm upset. Yeah, if you plant a remote bomb here, it'll still like hear the beep sound, so I should driving.
That's good times.
I mean, this run is super long. You have to have something. I do love this run. I do love this game. And when I was spearing it heavily, I would do a lot of runs. There's even an all-campaign run that's like 7-8 hours. I've only done it like once or twice. I don't do it often because that takes a lot of willpower. And anyone that does speedrun RPGs, good on you. Good job. I don't have that endurance and patience in my life.
RPGs are fun to speedrun.
No. No. By the way, here's a fire explosion. And he's dead.
So, pro tip for anyone who does want to run an RPG, a longer one at least, prepare for it. Those 6-7+ hour runs they're taxing.
They are.
I was like, so you run
I'm speaking as a person who's done a 14-hour speed run. Like, it's taxing.
Yeah, longest I've ever done was 7, and oh boy. But at the end of it, when you hit end time, it's like
I'm going
just
to bed.
that was a full day's work plus some.
Also, I stay on the ground so you don't have to deal with the stumble. Oh, I think Ada killed him. Good job, Ada. I'm so proud of you, honey. But
AI Ada was useful.
that's nasty. That's illegal. That's illegal. Not allowed. Get back. Not in this house.
Decent AI, impossible.
Not.
How dare you?
Not with Capcom.
What?
Not with Capcom. Alright, let's be careful here so I don't bump into
Wouldn't recommend looking down.
Helena.
Wasn't
But,
planning to.
And a bunch of weird stuff. Again, I think the
This
longest...
is animation for this climb.
It's
thing.
Fingers
pretty bad. In the original release of this game, they had it to where you still have to hold one button while switching to the other button. They actually made it easier.
Oh god.
And if you're on PS4 and 1, you can just hold one button the entire time, and it's pretty great. Switch version just does it automatically for you, so you don't even, you just stare at everything and you win. 'Cause that's what I like to do when I play games, is just stare.
So the Switch version is put your controller down to win version.
Yeah,
Leon wins by doing absolutely nothing.
always and forever. Alright.
Yeah, so this is Dino Crisis 4 right now.
I mean, have you seen
I
these?
actually want a Dino Crisis 4, please.
I would like
as
that.
long as it's not 3, we should be okay.
Look, three is memes, but,
Sure is.
but it's a kind of fun game to play, to be honest.
I still need to play that.
It's a game.
I love describing Dino Crisis 3 as like, it's almost fun. Like, it's really fun in a lot of places, and then it'll do its typical memes to you.
7, 8. Hopefully I do this right. Nope, I missed it. Crap. I don't think I moved soon enough. If you move immediately and do it 8 times, you can skip the drop animation there. It's very tricky to do on PC. On PS4 and 1, you can just hold the button and run into her. But yeah, you have to do it like 8 times, and if you don't move straight off the bat, it will not register it. It's super finicky. You basically save some distance to climb. We're gonna do this weird animation together.
Ada, please.
It's okay. She's just gonna look at it. Or she's staring at Leon's butt. I could see that happening too.
Ada!
Also, Leon's hand's not even grabbing that rope. Can I mention that? You can technically not grab Ada immediately here, and it'll eventually just auto-grab her. But we ain't doing that.
Oh, I was like, why is Ada's hair doing that?
Because we're
And-
technically
oh, no.
in the sky. Look at these fire textures. We're gonna hear the creepy stalker man with the weird obsession. By the way, Simmons made a beautiful, beautiful clone of Ada because Ada denied him on a date, basically, is the story of this game. And then he made a clone of his scientist. Because that's what you do, I guess, when you have issues.
Really, Ada. Now you can pull through this.
Behold, Leon didn't die, and his hair just protected him because of L'Oreal. Because you're worth it. Remember that, people. You're worth it.
Just rest in my eyes.
Shouldn't sleep on the job.
Remember that!
L'Oreal's the one that's like, because you're worth it, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's why I made that joke. Let me actually switch to the correct thing, or a correct thing. That's okay. No, Ada, you ain't gonna punch him. I am!
This is my boss fight.
Oh, there's one time Ada literally, like, wave dashed to him on my screen. I'm like, that's interesting.
She did.
I was like, what in the world?
Get out of the I saw her flying in out of the side of the screen. Like, no, I'm punching him.
I have revenge issues. I'm coming for this man. Also, the vinyl, I actually am getting the vinyl for RE6, and it has Simmons' face just staring at you at it. It's pretty weird looking. We're gonna...
And not his pre-mutated face.
Yeah, it's the
Cracks
default
on it.
face.
Leon!
He has some really painful looking transformations, to be fair. Like, he literally just splits. Also, the bullets he shoots you with the dog form, that's his bone. Because why not? I miss my whole romance fan fictions. Those were good old days.
Ada's hair is like
Freaking out.
freaking me out right now.
Yeah, they're trying to do wind effects, and it exists. Sam,
It's just jittering everywhere.
Yeah. Also, this is where Simmons falls on the Washington Monument, but we ain't watching that today. Don't worry, he's not dead. We have to face to our final boss form, Beelzebub. That's not his real name, but he's Beelzebub to me.
Bill's the boss.
Yeah, because this isn't my final form, TM.
Ah, yes, so Frieza. Good old Frieza.
Come here. Now. Don't worry. I'm just happy the dude that does JoJo has directed a Resident Evil game. That'd be a journey.
If a Resident Evil game made sense, I would be worried. You know what? Same.
Resident Evil can make sense.
Yeah.
Gotta get to that helicopter.
I didn't know that was a
I mean,
possibility.
when I was growing up on the series, like the early games sort of made sense to me.
Also, interesting fact, did you know the dude that directed RE2 was a huge JoJo fan? And he actually has a locker that says JoJo on it.
Oh wow.
Good old JoJo's Bizarre Adventures.
I really love that low texture on the back end of
It's literally PS3 textures. That's why sometimes I don't mind running it on low textures, because you look at it, it's like, wow. Girl, these are beautiful. This game actually looks really good if you put it on high textures, by the way.
I believe that.
It's just, again, the AI doesn't like to work with you as much because, for some reason, Capcom has a lovely habit of making a game on console and then porting it to PS3. Did y'all know when Rev 2 came out on PC, along with all the other consoles it came out on, it said when you loaded in or saving, it said saving to console and not saving to PC. It's pretty good.
Nice.
It's Beelzebub. We have to shoot him or we'll die. He does not care. We have to shoot the buggy. I hope I get that glitch, by the way, Eagle. There's a really derpy graphical glitch that can happen later. Hope it works. Unlocking on. Nope. Nope, not kind of that. Oh, hold on. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. No.
You can transform into anything. You chose that.
To be fair, did you know in the concept art, whenever you're fighting in the buildings with Ada, he was actually supposed to be a spider, which would, I don't know, make sense for what the game is? With all the webs? Sure would. Didn't do it. T-Rex Simmons was always there, though, for us.
This is bad.
We gotta have the memes. We gotta have Jurassic Park's memes. Can I also mention Leon looks like Dante from DMC4?
I mean,
Not wrong.
you're not wrong, but that's also because Leon eventually spun off from, like, Dante. Like, when they were developing Resident Evil 4, what was the prototype at the time? Like, they took a lot of the concepts, inclling, like, Leon's appearance to a degree.
Actually, it wasn't actually
DMC1.
going to be Leon in that game. It was someone named Tony in the original.
Tony Redgrave.
Yep. Yeah, that was originally going to be the character, which they technically did bring back as Dante's alias later on. I love DMC. Such a good series. Much meme stuffy.
Yeah.
Dante's actually one of my favorite characters, too. You gonna be nice to me? How many things do you have? Alright, first we're going to clear out all of you because you're mean, and you called me fat.
I greatly enjoy both, like, Dante and Virgil. Virgil's probably my favorite of the two brothers.
Oh, we didn't get the glitch, by the way. I prefer Dante. I don't like him in 5 as much, but Nero got super good in 5. Like, his personality.
I haven't played 5 or 4 yet.
Oh, yeah, 5 is super good, and you'll like it, especially the story, and if you're a fan of Virgil, you'll love it. It's some good story memes. Good fun. Highly recommend it. Definitely my favorite, next to 4. Despite all the clearly rehashed stuff, Dante plays so good in that game. And by God, you exploit everything in that game. God bless his soul. Whee. Should we use the rocket, by the way, Deagle? Actually, no. I'm going to use the rocket for something else. So let me get stuck in my corner now.
Do it.
Oh, I will. Let's look at Ada's kiss. She gives us a kiss. Okay. Are you stuck? Oh, you are. There we go. That's a comment stuck. Now that's a comment stuck, by the way. Matters not what you do. That can't happen. There's a rocket. We can use this rocket. It's literally the only rocket in the entire game, by the way.
Oh, shit.
One of the few games that doesn't have infinite rocket memes. And I'm kind of happy it does it, because I'll probably kill myself a lot in this game. I already kill myself as much with the grenade launcher. Oh no. Let me pick this up. We gotta pick it up. I have things to plan, things to do, memes to do. And then, now he's dead. Come here, Helena.
All right, let's get out
Come
of
here,
here.
come here.
Nice.
And that, oh, hold up. Well, actually, let's get to the end part of this. Time.
EG.
We did it. Yay, me.
That was Resident Evil 6 Leon. New Game Plus, of course. That was a... That looks like a 206.47.
Nice. I
in
figured
real time?
I figured I would go super low. This is an extra scene. We can talk through it. Doesn't matter.
Yeah, well, actually, while we're going for it, what was... brain just, like, completely gave up on me first. Where can the lovely people in chat find both of you? I can go ahead and plug your channels, but what do y'all do on your channels and everything like that? Any shout-outs you want to make? All that good stuff.
I was gonna say, I rarely stream, sadly, but you can find me on Twitch, on Twitter. I know you have all that information, so you can plug that in, because I'm not going to be 100. I don't remember exactly what my things are, because they're slightly different. But whenever I do stream, I'll speedrun 6. Sometimes I'll do, like, the rep games. Sometimes I just do casual games. I'll just stream anything and everything. And another place you can usually find me, if it's not on Discord, I do moderate some of the stuff for speedrun. And also on RE speedruns and stuff, and I generally tend to bug Deagle about everything in life. I have to make sure he's ours. Also, this is
Every
Jake.
time I see on Discord a notification for a message from Solus, I'm like, and what kind of cursed image is this today?
I'm usually on the boat of, like, if I had to see this, so do you.
Exactly, that's how I do.
Yeah.
But no, seriously, I've had a lot of fun watching both of you go through this, and also just like these are two Resident Evil games I haven't really played or seen all the way through, so like a lot of fun to see these for the first time in full, and also get to laugh at the animation.
Oh, they're so good.
Or 6.
Oh, don't worry, Rev 2 also has some very questionable animations.
Oh yeah.
6 is a goofy game, but it's a lot of fun. Like I said earlier.
Good old Polygon, Leo.
Oh yeah. Oh god, these costumes. Some of these costumes are great. Some of them are.
Questionable.
Yeah.
I'm very confused to see Left 4 Dead 2 folks in here, but you know what?
Don't worry, they all have reused animations of like 3 to 4 different characters in one. It's great.
Beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. But seriously, thank you both for doing runs tonight and doing commentary. It's been a real good time, and I hope everyone else who's been watching had a great time too. That said, it is the end of the show tonight. Like if you missed anything from earlier tonight, take a look at the VOD, or if you want to wait for it to be on YouTube, you can definitely check us out on our YouTube channel. Would be, I believe that's YouTube/GamesDoneQuick. But if you are watching this on YouTube and you'd like to support our live content, just come check us out over on Twitch at twitch.tv/GDQ if you ever want to see this live. But information on all of our hotfix shows, whether it's Never Before Seen, Mercy Kill, Challenger Approaching. I'm going to shout out Speedruns from the Crypt if you like horror games. Go watch that. Ecdysis is a great host. Check that out at gamesdonequick.com/hotfix, and from there you can find out more information about submitting your runs to any of our weekly shows. That said, my name has been AmberCyprian. This has been Desert Eagle and Solus Persona. Thank you all so much for watching, and we're gonna go to a quick break, before we send y'all over to another person who is speedrunning, please give that person all their energy, or all your energy, and give them their energy too, for whatever run they are currently doing. So take it easy, y'all, and have a great night.